said if you ain't first, you're last.
Oh my fucking god!
Ooh! Black wave.
Hello, TV land. How are we doing this wonderful Wednesday? Great to see everybody out there in TV land. Welcome in. But first, we got It's Time for Clacks coming first. If you're not first, you're last. Great to see you out there, Clacks. Welcome in. Jim coming in saying second. And of course, my incredibly beautiful wife, Ram Romero, coming in with all the Nicho waves. How you guys doing? Welcome in, hitting up some of those. Oh god, the boost on this the game was, you probably guys could have heard the kids outside on the street with the game that high. What's up, guys? Good to see you out there in TV land. How's it going?
Doing a little fishing. I do believe fishing's working. I'm pretty positive fishing's working. We'll see. Maybe Micho can get a little fish in there. Oh, there's the swap cam. Now we're looking at this side over here. So the reason why we got this, right, is because normally I got this camera over here, and I'm gonna be playing DC Dark Legion on this screen. So we'll be mostly like looking this way. See, the green screen's kind of rough. Oh man, you guys just gonna keep switching me. Return to the Jedi: Revenge of the Yoda. I don't know if I've heard of that one, Sneaky. That might be the sequel to this game, but not quite this game. This one's been out for a couple of months. Default Dan was telling me about it. He's probably gonna show up at some point, and you know, give us all the tips and hints, because it's definitely a mobile gacha game. All right, it's definitely like, I'm not spending any money in it, but it's designed to make you want to spend money. Yo, Metallic Tiger, good to see you out there in TV land.
Thank you.
Dude, check it out. Talking about the wedding. Look at that. Don't it look good? I like showing it off. We do have to find the best angle. Yeah, I've got some new ideas. So like, one thing about this one, right? The left camera, right? So I even labeled them for you. I'm thinking about like maybe put like a poster here or something like that, and you'll see how it frames up when we pull up DC Dark Legion scene. Yeah, right is best, right? But I'm also thinking like, I mean, I can always like figure out something, like I said, to put a poster up there or something, but you know, figure something out like this, because we're going to be playing on this screen over here tonight. And I'm thinking like Marvel Snap can be played on this screen too. I could go back to a more old school Marvel Snap setup, right? But if I do that, like, I think I want to move the bookcase probably on this wall, or just like, I don't know, something. I could also move this secondary green screen as well, because due to the angle here, we've got to have that second green screen over there right where it's at, and then we get full green screen coverage, right? You know? But when we're looking at it from this way on the left camera, and a whole new life, more of the left facing light. Yeah. The light's definitely a little different as well. I got to figure out lighting a little bit here. But here, right, I could probably take the green screen. This guy here. Move it over here some. Problem is, you also have a little bit of the floor that you can see where this one's at. This is also the camera that I use for Lorcana to point down on the desk. So I don't know how much of a permanent setup I can really do with that. We'll have to see. We'll just have to see. All right. I'm going to pause the music. We're going to open up this game. There's a cinematic at the start of the game. And we're just going to go through the new player experience. Try this game for the first time. I have played it a little bit on my phone. I will admit to that. But that was mostly just to kind of get a feel for it. And then I don't know. We might turn Spotify back on later. I don't know. That is hella loud for me. That is so loud. I got to the final room, Jim, but I haven't discovered everything. I feel like the last of the, like, we're finding the last room is only about halfway through the game, or like part of the tutorial, basically.
The fate of the multiverse has reached a critical juncture.
Paint the wall a different color? I could, but then I'd have to paint the wall back when I leave. But it's tempting. It's tempting to just paint all the walls green. I'm not gonna lie about that.
As we know it will cease to exist. You are our only hope to avert this great disaster.
There you go. We are the only hope.
Is the protection of the multiverse, and the multiverse is in great danger. If you suddenly gained extraordinary powers like Superman, how would you use them?
I don't think these questions have any real bearing on anything that happens in the game. But they ask you these questions
How would you deal
all
with
the
a
time.
powerful dark force that seems impossible to defeat?
Of course you're special, Sneaky, of course. The night is
There
darkest
a
just
dangerous
before the
mission involving
dawn.
the survival of the world that requires you. What would you do?
A hero can be anyone.
Well spoken, my champion. By what name
Look at
shall
that.
I call you?
Alright, then we put our name in. The Book of Destiny.
Very well.
You see that?
Sign your name. Take my power, my thanks, and the last hopes of this universe.
Another kind of cruddy thing, like the screen I'm using right now is portrait mode, so it's perfect for a phone game like this. But you know it's not perfect for? These sunglasses. It's not like right now I can barely see the screen at all, but now I can see it really well. So I have like that kind of tilt factor going on. Yeah, portrait's so good, dude. I love my portrait. And it also happens to be really good for mobile games. Yo, let's go, Batman.
I'm sending you coordinates to a backup Batcave location. Once I'm finished up here, I'll meet you at the attached coordinates.
So from what I've picked up with what I've done with this game so far, it's kind of like a base builder, and then you go out and like do missions and fight dudes. It's not terrible, but I can see like the way you unlock new characters to fight with is very reminiscent of very reminiscent of
Star Trek. Oh, I forgot, like, it doesn't play the song, the music at all. Poison. You wrote Poison. It doesn't play audio at all if I switch out of the Windows either, which is kind of dumb.
Who are you?
I don't think I would change that either. Batman gets his coordinates here, yo. Well, yeah, of course, everyone tracks Batman.
We need to activate the war room and reboot its basic systems.
So yeah, this kind of just takes you through the beginning of the main types of rooms that you have.
Okay, the war room's
First one's the
activated and
war
systems
room.
are rebooted.
From what I can tell, this is the one that you go off and
Took a
pick
bigger
your
dose of the
missions
toxin to
for.
protect me. This bat cave has a medical bay. Let's reactivate it.
yeah, yep, checks out. There's a lot of that going on, Stinky, actually. The first part of the storyline, it's like, okay, well, I guess we're just hand waving over that piece. Didn't ask for, like, Batman's real name or anything. No proof needed whatsoever.
She'll recover with time, thanks to her enhanced stamina. But the power in the medical bay is at a bare minimum. At this rate, it'll take her days to heal.
He's known for being especially open and welcoming. Seems legit. We need to reactivate the power plant.
It'll provide more power to different facilities within the Batcave.
Batman's always been
Increase
a
their
good
efficiency.
host. So I get the feeling like you got to have your power plant at certain levels to be able to upgrade rooms to certain levels, you know.
I know he's the Dark Knight and all, but man, this was getting ridiculous. I want to see if boosting the power plant can help improve the efficiency of other areas, especially the medical bay. Diana's tough as nails, but she can't do this alone. Let's go.
Woo!
Power
We put
plant's
Green Arrow in
efficiency's
the
up, huh?
power plant.
Of course it is. I ran a tech company. I know what I'm doing. Hey, look. That helped the efficiency of the medical pods, too. Let's go check in on Wonder Woman. It's working.
Excuse me.
Wonder Woman's shrugging off the effects of the toxic mist.
Oh, good deal. I'm glad it's working.
Hell yeah, now we got business.
Oh no.
Where in Hera's name?
STG coming in with it 33 months in a row.
Batcave.
Good to see you out there in
This is a
TV
friend of
land.
mine that
Welcome
sent to
in,
help us.
welcome in.
Got us out of the mess we were in.
Dude, how you
You have
doing,
my
Tech?
thanks.
So
How
good
are
to see you,
things on the
bud. Did you get to? I know you got tied
Hard
up
to
at work
tell.
today. Hope you
Batman's
got
out
through
there,
that.
but our comms aren't back
Smooth
up
and
yet,
easy.
so we can't reach him.
Then we must upgrade the war room.
Where
in
is
order
the
to
fish?
restore
I gotta pull the
communications.
fish down
It's
below
crucial we
the
know what's happening.
below the overlay. There we go. All good now? Good deal.
Hell
Good
yeah,
deal.
now we got business.
Yo, Jim coming in with the prime sub, getting a 3-month streak in. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Holy smokes. Appreciate you guys.
Always find a way.
2 in a row, double tapped. We haven't even gotten all the way into the game yet. We just unlocked Wonder Woman. Yes, give me all the resources in this mobile gacha game. Alright, and we can upgrade the war room. I gotta say, like, I like the new player experience in this game. It's a cute little story. It ties some stuff together. It does feel slow. It does feel slow.
This is the Bat computer, the core of the facility. Partial comms restored. Let's see
Yo,
what
it's
we can pick
Batman.
up.
It's the Batman.
Toxic Mist is scrambling all signals. I've tried to contact allies worldwide, but without much luck.
Hey, how are things on the surface?
The situation's dire. The
And they were like,
toxic
we
mist contains
can't,
some kind of unknown dark energy.
we can't animate
Turns
Batman's
civilians
mouth for this
feral
one.
and unpredictable.
I think I'll boost the sound, the game volume up a little bit.
I have a limited
I don't
number
know.
of
You guys
drones
tell
we can
me. Is
use
that
now
better,
our comms are up and running.
or is it way too loud now? I feel like it may have been a little low.
That crisis tower seems to be the epicenter of the toxic
The
mist.
crisis tower.
Probably its source.
Did it just come out of nowhere?
Pretty much. Superman went to investigate, and that's the last I heard.
Superman's missing. I'm glad Batman's in charge. I don't like Superman. It's too much of a goody two-shoes.
Batman, look at the feed from this drone. Is that...
It's not even that he's too much of a goody two-shoes. It's that his power is he is strong enough to overcome the challenge.
Leading a group
That's
of
his
civilians from
superpower.
Gotham.
It's not interesting.
Thank
His most
Hera they
interesting
made it out.
storylines are when he's battling with his humanity, which is the least interesting superhero storyline.
It's hard to pinpoint exactly
Just
where
my
they are because
opinion.
of the toxic mist.
They seem safe by the grace of Athena, although hungry and exhausted.
I'm worried we don't have enough Roman supplies to take care of them all properly.
Not now, but by the time they get here, we will. Here's how we can minimize our losses. Detailed response measures are laid out here.
Alright, so this is interesting, right? Rescue Catwoman action plan. And we've got like a countdown timer on it. So I'm guessing like once you get past the new player experience, there's probably like weekend missions and stuff that work out like that. Oh hey, you are here. What's up, bud? I can barely hear you compared to the game. Oh, and I'm muted in Discord. Yo, what's up? Yes, you can. I've really got to do some volume balancing because I cannot hear you compared to the game at all.
Sure, but communications are compromised. I'm not sure anyone's receiving our calls.
All right, that should be a little bit better.
I have another idea.
All right, and I'm turning you on for stream too. Guess what, guys? Default Dan's here.
All right, let me fix camera situation.
Give me a hand.
Cool. Yeah, when it's fixed, I can just turn it on. I'm still very much in the new player experience.
That means you get to play a lot, though.
Gods use them to travel through dimensions. If we're lucky, we might be able to
contact our There we go. Now I'm not all checkered and green and whatnot.
Oh, there you go. Hopefully this will all work and everything that I set up from earlier still works. Yeah, look at that. Right there.
Sweet.
All right, these mother boxes are basically the snap packs, right?
Yes. So the key here is you're also going to have what they call Supreme Command. Let me get mine up so I can look at it. So there is a weekly mode. This is the one thing I don't like about this game. It's a fine thing, but every week you're gonna have certain days where you need to do certain actions on each day, and then you get bonus points, gems, all that kind of stuff. So just keep in mind, I don't know when that kicks in based on your level and everything, but at some point that'll be where you're like hoarding some of the materials. And there's one that's specifically for mother boxes, opening those up. You don't have to worry about it right now, just something to point out in the future.
Right.
But yeah, so the way those work is you have the different colors of the boxes, and each of them have a higher probability of giving you better characters and stuff. And as you open them, they give you points to get free boxes of the higher ones.
Gotcha. So. Yeah, and then it's like you collect like shards of heroes, right? Until you get enough to actually unlock the hero.
Yeah, and then once you unlock it, you'll continue to get more shards to upgrade their stars. And so there's essentially two ways. One is mother boxes, which is the 100% free-to-play way. And then the other one is through anvils. You do get anvils throughout like your gameplay and everything, but they are like the pay resource. And that's where you can roll on the banners. And so I believe you should get Superman as your first banner character once you get to that point. And then it should run in a very static list of Superman, then Joker, then Scarecrow, I think is the third one, and so on. So
interesting. Okay.
So what you'll have to do with your anvils, because again, especially if you're going to play free to play or free-ish to play or whatever, that's where you have to figure out like what banner to roll on, because it is difficult to get very high star banner characters without spending money and stuff. But if you save them, then you can focus on a banner and do a little bit better. So
right, got you.
So right now you're just doing story mode and everything?
Yeah. Still going through like the very new player experience. Still haven't rescued Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think after that, there's something against Superman, I want to say.
Yeah, probably.
But that's where
and
that's where I stopped on my phone. Just
yeah, and that's probably where you'll get your Superman banner and all that kind of stuff opening up.
So is it more PvP or PvE? Like,
so it's definitely a mix. You have, as you progress, you're going to unlock a bunch of different areas. But one of the areas is called Meta Brawl, and that is PvP. It's AFK PvP, so you're not real time battling people.
Got you.
Hopefully in the future, something, maybe that's some kind of mode that they bring in. But there's that. So that one, it's a ladder system, and if you can stay on the top of the ladder, you can move up. There's multiple ranks through that, and then you get rewards. And there's a shop specific for Meta Brawl to get certain shards of characters and stuff. There's a lot of PvE, like what you're doing now with the story. There's daily challenges where there's like one big boss and you have to do so much damage, and based on your damage you get rewards, and that one just takes a good while before you can actually beat the boss. You can get strong enough or whatever to actually take down a boss, and then once you take all of them down, you'll go to like phase 2 where they're all even stronger, which is where I'm at right now, and they're like stupidly strong. There's another mode called Darkest Timeline PvE, but this one is, to me, the most fun out of any of the modes in the game, where you get a couple characters and you kind of have to like strategize as you beat nodes. You get a couple extra characters added to your stuff, and the whole point is like 3 different levels or whatever to try to beat a boss at the end.
okay.
So we'll see what all unlocks while you're playing and what we'll be able to kind of check out and see. But yeah, and then there's the last thing is there's leagues, so like a guild, clan, whatever they call them, leagues on here, and there's some real-time missions that are scheduled like once a week with your leagues, where you're battling other leagues, and that's real time, which is
Interesting.
It's fun as long as you get a good and active league. It's pretty fun.
Yo, the White Wayne Brady, good to see you out there in TV land. Welcome in. Me and Dan's been playing this game for a minute. I've played through this part of the new player experience already, this part of the story mode, but right after this is where I quit. So we're taking the first look at it. I did enjoy like looking at this on my phone. I do enjoy the graphics.
Yeah, the thing is, because I know you're playing on the PC mode, right?
Right.
I wish the PC mode was like a landscape version, but it literally is just the mobile version on the PC. But yeah, I think the only thing with the game is you kind of have to play it on mobile and PC a little bit, just because I guess you don't if you're always around your PC, but there's a lot of like at 2 p.m. stuff resets and you get to do some stuff and you have like 6 hours to do it. So sometimes it helps being able to just pull out the phone and do a couple things here and there and then jump back. But you know, whatever works best, you know, and it depends on, dedication may be the wrong word, but how often you're going to be playing and on the game, I guess, you know?
Right. Yeah, I got the feeling that there'd be stuff like that, because the Catwoman like mission that opens up has like a 59-minute timer on it or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's not too many of those, but yeah, there's a few things like that.
I also felt like when I played this on my phone, there were little pieces on the world map that I could click and pick up for extra dollars and stuff, and I am not seeing that on the PC version.
There are, but it depends on the mission that you're on. So some of them have more than others when you're running around on there.
It was a lot.
On the phone, it was annoying to me doing it because they would be in like these weird areas on the screen, and like I literally am clicking it wasn't picking up my clicks with my finger.
I had a couple of times like that.
Yeah.
I think one of them, I was just like, oh, I must not get that because it was a new icon I hadn't tried before. I was like, oh, it must just be part of the map. I must be tripping. And then saw it later on and picked it up just fine.
Yeah, what's interesting is, so you'll experience this as you go through. So they just had a new event where Wonder Woman's a legendary character, but they're giving her a way of becoming a mythic character. And it's through this quest. And the quest is not like this, where you're like, go to point A to B to C to D to the end. It was actually an open world where you're running around doing missions. So that just was released maybe a month ago, and they're saying they want to do that more on all the future content and stuff. So
There she is.
So they're definitely making a lot of improvements and enhancements. So I find that being a good thing when it comes to devs.
I kind of wish that this had this had like an auto mode on it, which maybe it does, and it just doesn't let you do it on new player the first.
Yeah, you'll learn it over time. There's an auto. You can take off. So you kind of see them X'd out right there, but one of them is you can take that off, which I think I'm watching on your Twitch, so I may be slightly delayed. But you can take the cinematics off. There's an auto, and then there's a 2x speed as well.
I am the Queen of Atlantis.
Got you.
But I think right now it's trying to teach you the fundamentals of like what is their ultimate skills doing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, right. With her healing, Atlantis woman healing. I think Wonder Woman is mostly like tank / control. It looks like she's like blinding them or something.
Yeah, she stuns, and then she has a shield that she can put out to help.
Yeah, I agree, Jen. The cinematics kind of, especially on the phone, like it's a little lackluster watching it on the computer, I feel, but it looks really good on the small phone screen.
Before Gotham fell.
Yeah.
The Joker's
The coolest one, which you'll eventually see, is Bane. Bane has one of the coolest ultimates.
And they've expanded tremendously.
You need rest and medical attention. All of you.
Are you live or are you just hanging out?
No, I'm just hanging out.
Okay. I guess what I could do so that it's more live and you don't have to watch on the Twitch, I can change the virtual camera source for you. Boop. And then you can watch yourself, watch me, watch the game.
Catwoman's all set up in the medical bay.
Oh, did that completely freeze everything? I think I may have broke OBS, guys. I think I broke OBS. I might have broke OBS.
What's her prognosis?
It's not just the physical injuries. We have to clear all traces of the dark multiverse energy from her body. My friend thinks she should be okay by tomorrow.
I think I broke OBS. Or Discord. Oh no. Yeah. No, it's his PC. His PC blue screen. Well, I hope he can get that fixed up. Alright, well he'll be back soon. We'll keep going through the new player experience here. All right, we've got to level some things up. We get into chapter 3. Superman's all mad. That's the reason why I think, and this is basically where I stopped at. And yeah, I'm thinking speed as well, Jim. Is just like at a certain point, wanting to just finish, just get through the missions as fast as possible, because I'm sure like once,
we need living
especially doing this a free to play, like there's going to be a lot of missions and stuff to have to fight through.
Great call. So, how do we make that happen?
State of Snap. I'm really scared that it's in. Like, it was way too expensive. Kid Omega was way too expensive. And if that's where they're going with it, that's where they're going with it. And their response was tone deaf. They're coming off very tone deaf. And I know a lot of people have said that from the top of the mountains for like the last 2 years, but this is the first time that I've really kind of felt it, to be honest. So we'll see how it goes, but like I'm just happy I'm not spending money. I would not spend money on Snap if I was spending money on Snap, this would have made me quit. And I've seen a lot of that.
I agree, but we also cannot
Was
ignore the
complete,
crisis
now not.
tower at the heart of Metropolis.
Believe it. So I posted it on Blue Sky. Somebody like grinded it out to try to do it free to play, and they still had to spend 100 gold. Basically, I mean, I don't know if they had to, but I think it was because they missed one like mission reset. Alright, what else I want to upgrade? I think I want to upgrade the power plant. And then upgrade the training room because it gives us like trainings and stuff. I think Default Dan might be back soon.
Yes, I'm back now.
Aha, welcome back. It was weird because I think that happened the exact moment that, because like you should be able to see the game now, right?
Yep, I can see it now.
It was like the moment that I switched my virtual
my
cam to
PC
this,
knew.
Yeah, it knew. It was done with it.
Wouldn't surprise me, man. My PC has been acting up so much this month. Yeah, so right now you're like slowly working through your stuff. You're building out your base. There's lots of rooms and different things that you'll unlock as you go. It's weird, like this game was in beta for over a year. And I feel like they built it one way and then they like scrapped it all and rebuilt it.
Interesting.
Because there was a landscape mode. There was a lot of characters that were in the game that when they released, they took out of the game, redid their kits, and now they're reintroducing them and stuff. So it's really interesting how the game has evolved. But it does feel like a lot of different games kind of smashed together. Some things are very good and some things are kind of just interesting. So, like of why they made certain decisions.
Yeah, so far, like, what I've gotten through of like the, you know, this whole mode and like building these assets and stuff, it kind of reminds me of Star Trek Fleet Command, which kind of ticked me off after playing it for about a month because it was just impossible to progress if you weren't playing. But it kind of sounds like this has got like more mission-y type things you can do to be getting resources.
Yeah, it does, and your rooms are going to give you resources. Certain rooms build certain resources, which is nice.
Any leader of soldiers it's crucial.
Yeah, I think Star Trek Fleet Command just was too stingy with it. Like, I don't remember there being events and stuff that I could participate in and try to get extra resources.
Yeah, the other thing that's nice is like at some point you're going to be able to join a league, so you want to make sure you're in a good league because you get tons of free stuff from like all your different league members and stuff. So there's definitely a lot of upside. I think the biggest thing that like I would tell a lot of people that are starting the game is just looking at the fact that if you're free to play, you're not going to be at the top of Meta Brawl and PvP, right? Like even my account, I can get up towards the top, but I'm not the number one, right? Like I'm in top 20 and I just know that that's where I'm at. But luckily the rewards between like the top 3 and the 500th of my bracket are like very similar. They're not that different, so not a big deal. But yeah,
yeah,
so
and I mean,
you'll
I can
see-
kind of get it if like the top 10% of the ladder or whatever is the folks that are spending, then that's kind of fine and everything. But if the discrepancy of the, you know, as long as it doesn't feel like it's insurmountable. Star Trek felt to me like it was insurmountable. Marvel Snap keep fucking around. They're gonna get into the find out phase of being insurmountable.
100% agree on that. I feel like, again, I really haven't been in the game for a while, but just seeing all of the stuff and seeing like the fact that like they're having more and more modes where cards are trapped behind paywalls in the mode. Again, I always got the season pass, so them adding an extra card there would feel good if you're buying the season pass, but I could also see from like
premium
a
season pass.
Oh, okay.
You have to spend the extra money for the bonus part of the season pass.
Okay.
Not just the
So
season
I could see that being very annoying then.
The toxic mist scrambled it too much, but
Yeah, and Jim, I like.
Crisis Tower.
I know Second Dinner is working on another game. They say that the Marvel Snap deads are all dedicated to Marvel Snap, but it does sometimes also just,
Let's back him up.
I don't know, feel like sometimes other parts of the company that may support stuff are focused elsewhere, even if the devs are 100% still on Snap.
The thing that everybody has to remember, and this is me saying these statements because I've played a lot of mobile games over the last 4 or 5 years, since COVID. So I've seen a lot of rises and a lot of falls of a bunch of games. Marvel Snap, even though Second Dinner is in the US, they are owned by, I mean, is the new company also still China, or is the new company a different country?
They self-published.
I thought they were still being backed by.
No, they were getting like publishing advice and transition help from them. Like I don't know this for sure, but the vibes that I got from what I saw around that was like they consulted them to help them learn how to publish and to help them transition into self-publishing.
Okay,
they're self-published on the Play Store and everything.
Okay, because it was NetEase that they were talking to, right?
Yeah, it was somebody under NetEase, I believe.
Yeah.
Or it was just straight NetEase.
Yeah. So, and NetEase makes tons of. They actually, the new Marvel Mayhem game that dropped today is from them. So, like, doesn't surprise me that that's who they were looking at with the other stuff. But they made a lot of decisions to bring in more and more gacha style stuff, like the. I don't know what they call it, but the thing where it's like, here's 2 free things, but pay 99 cents to unlock the next one. Here's 2 more free things. Here's $2. You'll see stuff like that in this game, right? Like all gachas have that type of stuff. So as soon as I saw that coming into Snap, I was like, oh man, they are trying to milk this thing for money. They're pulling out all the stops for, those gacha style pieces. But it's interesting because it would have made more sense if they were underneath one of the companies when you were saying they're working on a different game, because I saw that happen to a lot of games once they moved publishers or once they moved owners or whatever. Like Disney Sources Arena was one of those. Glue owned it, but then they sold off all their games to EA, and the minute they sold them to EA pretty much like poached almost all their developers to work on a different game, and so you were left with like 2 or 3. And when that happened, like literally there was no new content, it was just new characters. kind of like what you see in Snap, right? Like you get high voltage, but like high voltage is just a reskin of something that's been there, right, for a while.
Right.
So you're just kind of like getting into the
was
world where it's
buggy
just
as hell.
like new card. Yeah. So I don't know. I hope it survives because I think it is unique, but I do think the reason why I left is it's repetitive. And the only thing that changes is a new card. And it's
Right.
impossible to keep up with all the cards now. So
Yeah, I got Infinite this month, but it was just kind of easy to do. I was just kind of close to it. I might still try to get to at least 90 for the gold and stuff, but I missed it the month I got married. Just because I didn't have time to play. I was on my honeymoon and stuff. I didn't play Snap on my honeymoon. There's a lot more interesting things to do down in the Florida Keys than play Snap, let me tell you. So yeah, I missed it. The streak is over. The drive is dead. I don't care anymore.
No, it's just again, like I tried to pick it back up a couple months ago, but I was gonna play in that creators tournament and everything. I was like, oh, maybe I'll do this and all that. But then like I picked it up for 3 days, and I was like, this is boring. Like I even found a couple cards because I hadn't played in a long time. I got all these new tokens or whatever the new currency is to get a few cards. I was like, oh, let me get a couple cards. I'll play these decks. And I was just like, this is really boring. It's back to just the same thing where I'm either playing Thanos or I'm playing Surfer, you know, with just like 2 new cards. And the grind just didn't feel great. I don't know. It's different.
When did the game tell me that I was going to be doing that mini game? Was I not? It was. I just clicked the ones that were blue and hoped that was a good idea.
This is where I was saying, like, this game has some weird pieces where I feel like it's like multiple games they just kind of piece together. When you're doing this, there's like 2 or 3 little mini games like that just like pop up out of nowhere and they make no sense. There's another one where you're like cracking passwords or something. You're not really cracking them. It's weird. It's probably an artifact of like the first version of the game.
Yeah. And I can also understand how like the new player experience, you don't really F around with it too much, you know?
Yeah.
So you can end up having a little mini game or a mode that you never use again.
Mm-hmm. And once you get to, so like your war room is the key to this game. So just like since you played Star Trek, you're going to realize like there are the same pieces in the game. So like in Star Trek, the biggest thing was creating your main base. I can't remember what the main building was, but it was all about getting that to the highest level as quick as possible. This is going to be the same way.
That's your main gate, right? Like
yeah. Yep.
Most of your stuff unlocked based off of the war room's level.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your main gate, and I think the second gate's probably going to be the power stage, right? Or power whatever. Power room?
It's the what's the level? Training room.
Oh, the training room?
So the power plant is good because it gives you, there's a bonus that if you keep that up, it means all your resources and everything you're getting you'll get more quicker. But it's your 2 main ones are your war room and your training nexus. So your war room controls all your different buildings can only go up as high as your war room. So again, if you want to get higher levels on your rooms and stuff, that one has to be higher. But also it controls your levels of your characters. They can only be so high. The training nexus, which I find is a really awesome thing for this game, it allows you to sync characters. So instead of having to use resources to level all of your characters, you only have to level 5, and then you can sync all the other ones to the highest level of your lowest top 5 character.
Oh, okay. So is that just generally true for everything, or I may have missed
so like
I just pick 5 characters, sync into those 5 from here on out.
couldn't form the
and
world.
never sync into someone different.
Stay away from the
Correct.
crisis tower.
We have a treatment that
And then
That's cool.
so
I feel
you
like
can
that's something that
won't be
should be
enough,
like
not that
enforced,
close.
though, if that makes sense.
If my physiology couldn't fight it
So
off,
Or
there's I'm gonna send you a picture of mine just so you can see it. So there is you can undo levels prior to level 300. You can get all your resources back 100% back. So if you picked 5 and you decided later on not to use them for like Killer Croc, right? You may be using him right now because he's who you have for legendary, but he's not good. And eventually you're never going to use him. So you may want to change those 5 to be your 5 main characters you're using all the time. Because once you level those, right? So if I have 5 and I start leveling each of those, all my other characters that are synced don't go up until the 5th one goes up in level. That makes sense. Right, so you level the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, then the 5th one gets leveled, and then all your other synced ones level with that 5th one. So you may want to just make sure that the 5 that are there are characters you'll use over time. Once you go above level 300, up until like level 5 something, you can still do it, but it's going to cost you gems to unlevel someone. But I think by that time you've already figured out who your main 5 are, and you just focus on just leveling those 5.
Okay, that's cool. And yeah, it's not as detrimental to get that set up at first because they'll let you re-roll once you get to a certain point. Is Wonder Woman appointed here? She is. Okay, I was just making sure. She's over here slacking off in the living quarters.
Yeah, and then the appointing like that also is the same kind of concept where you get to add, they get more percentage of resources back because like your training nexus is going to give you experience every now and then. You'll be able to pick it up and add and then use that to upgrade characters. But what you'll find out is eventually when you get like your mythic characters, your red characters, they'll give like a 30% bonus on certain rooms.
Okay.
So then you plug them into the room that they're best in.
Is there any strategy to these, or is it mostly just open them when you got them?
Just for now, it's just open when you got them, and then eventually, once you start doing Supreme Commander, which is that weekly thing, you'll just hold them, and then open them. Like today.
Oh, on the commander that you want.
Yeah. Well, no. So like, sorry, Supreme Commander is. I guess you don't have any events in there yet.
You're right. I don't have any events yet. NPE.
Yeah. So Supreme Commander. It runs every week, and it's got 5 days worth of stages. So my stage 3 today is the one where you get points for every mother box you open.
Whoa, we get 903% fucking value out of this.
Yeah.
It's gonna expire, dude. If I don't make this decision in 4 hours, it's gone. It's not even $6.
Yeah, this is what you're going to get hit with a lot in this game. Just keep that in mind. Whenever you start to get, especially when you get the mythics, when you unlock them the first time or you get them to certain stars, you're going to be hit with the deal of, hey, here's extra shards. They're not terrible value. Right. And again, I'm not telling anybody to spend or anything like that. They're usually not terrible value, but you're going to get a lot of those characters popping up that you literally will never use. So, yeah, so you can see right now, Bane gets the 30% in that one room. But what
he gets 30 in here as well.
Yeah, that's
so
the
is there a
room
place that he gets more than 30? Or does he just always get 30?
30 is the top, but like in a different room, he may only get 20.
Gotcha.
So, Yeah, and then
It's
Batman.
only 211. This is 2,500%, dude. It just keeps going up. If I say no forever, they'll give me shit for free.
So here's the thing. Batman will always be here every single day. I don't know about this 3-day if it stays, but I think it does. Well, the way it works is Batman is there's that one, which is a 3-day event, and you pretty much unlock them, which is that $2 and whatever. Then you're gonna have multiple other deals that are there every single day. And Batman's never leaves because he's kind of the one they feed to you. Mm-hmm. But I'll send you a screenshot of where mine is because the deals do increasingly get more expensive. But that's the, I won't say the only way to get him because he is inside of some of the cubes and stuff, but that is like one of.
Oh, so I've got to spend $2.11 to play with Batman? That hurts my feelings.
No. You can get them through mother boxes. It just takes a long, and anvils and stuff like that. But like,
just takes.
I don't think I've opened them that often. And Batman's okay. He's not amazing. He's fine. He's a mid-level. But this right here, this is your anvils. So you can see you have one anvil right now.
Okay.
The way this works is you are guaranteed Superman after 200 pulls. That is the
200.
pity. That's the max pity. This 50 that you see you could get one of the mythics. You could get Superman. You could get one of those mythics, and you can also get mythic items for gear that goes on people. So the 50 that you're seeing is a guaranteed you'll get one of those, whether it's Superman, one of these, or whatever. And Superman is a 25% chance to get on the 50. So I've had plenty of pulls where you get them back to back. I've had plenty of pulls where you get them after 10 pulls. It doesn't have to be the 50, but you are guaranteed the worst case scenario pity pool is on the 200th. If you haven't hit your mythic, you will hit, or your mythic plus. Those are mythic pluses because they're banners. You will hit the character. What you have to figure out is what you want to do with a banner. A banner runs for four weeks, and then you're going to get staggered banners. So in 2 weeks, Joker is going to open up, and Joker and Superman will run 2 weeks overlapped, and then Superman will leave, and then you're going to get Scarecrow, and then Joker and Scarecrow are going to work 2 weeks on top, or 2 weeks, and then Joker will go away, and then you get, who's after Scarecrow? Deathstroke, maybe? Let me see. Scarecrow. Yeah, it's Deathstroke after Scarecrow. Then it's Sinestro. Then it's Zatanna. Then it's Constantine. So we can talk through characters a little bit later of like who you should pull or who would be good to go after. Superman is good, but I think Joker's a million times better than Superman.
Definitely cooler than Superman.
So like I have a really good Superman, but I didn't invest as much into Joker, and I wish I would have instead of Superman. But that's where I was saying, like the free to play, whatever aspect, you kind of want to save the anvils till you figure out what banners you want to go after.
Time spent here.
Right, even that one anvil I have right now, I just
You say that like mine's not.
No.
try to go after the banners I want.
Yeah, and you're going to get a lot of, especially now that you're playing, you're going to get a lot of offers, as well as you're going to get them through missions and stuff like that. But it's another one of those things where like over time, they'll slow down of getting anvils without spending and stuff. So think of them kind of as like your tokens in Snap.
Right.
You get a bunch up front, and then you realize like how rare they are. So if you're gonna spend the Gift of the Source, tab, that very first tab, if you're going to spend the very top one, the $2.11 is the best deal in the whole game. It's a one-time. You get a second. I'm not saying you have to buy it. I'm just saying you get your second builder. So now you can do 2 upgrades at the same time on rooms, which is pretty huge. So that's one of those that, like, when we talk, any of the creators out there say, like, if you're looking to be a tiny spender, that's one of the first things to spend on if you're going to spend.
Double construction queue seems really strong, honestly.
Yeah, and it's once you do it, it's there. You never lose it. It isn't like a monthly recurrence or whatever. It's just a one time. Once you got it, you got it. The super monthly pass, think of that one as no, it's not even the season pass. So that one gives you free gems every day. And gems are your main currency for stuff. It also gives you 1 extra ship, which doesn't matter as much right now.
Oh,
so
we're in ads.
No worries. Oh, I see your Batman blocks your face while you're in ads.
Yeah. I'm probably just gonna turn that off while we talk.
Yeah, so super monthly pass, I would say it's probably not needed. It's one of those things where, like, if you want to spend $10 a month or whatever, you can. But I think there's better places to spend your money.
Yeah, I could see
daily.
that.
Yeah, daily deals. This allows you to get certain mythic characters to the next tab. You can, if you go to Switch, you can pick what character you're focusing on to the right of Harley Quinn.
Oh,
there you go.
I'm blonde.
So these are all mythic. So these are non-banner mythic characters. And if you pick them, it's essentially $5 and you get 10 shards, which means for $5 you can unlock any of these characters.
I see.
And it's one of those things where, like, I was doing like Raven and Dr. Fate because I was doing full Justice League Dark. So I was doing that on a character to make sure I was getting the shards I wanted. But again, this is one of those things where, like, if you want to instantly have a character or focus on a character, this is what you can do every day if you want to.
That's like $5 a day.
Yeah. So just depends on where you want to put that. But again, doing it once does unlock the character. And then I think doing it one more time gets you all 5 white stars, which unlocks all their skills. But you can only pick 1 a day. You can't do multiple characters. You can't do, once you do 1, it locks for the day. Doesn't matter what character you pick. So anyway, so there's that. Also,
makes sense.
The first time you do it, you're gonna get hit with like that Bane offer that you saw for that character since you're unlocking it. So just keep that in mind. Harvest chests. These are just your weekly. If you wanted to top out on stuff, so this is where all these other ones are terrible. Never spend on any of these. But the top one, because all the other stuff you'll get those just from playing. The top one's where you can buy anvils. And as you buy it, it'll increase and increase and increase. Do you have an iPhone?
I do not.
Okay, so the Apple Store is cheaper than the PC.
So yeah, I was wondering, like, the PC's got like crazy prices, and I was wondering if that's because, like, this is a weird way that they overcome the Play Store and stuff's cut. But like, if iPhone's cheaper, that makes no sense to me.
So what happened? This is actually a big, huge thing a month ago. So it used to not be that way. They were all synced, and it was $4.99 is the daily deal. And apparently Google updated their rates, their conversion rates or whatever. And because they did that, and I believe the game company who builds this is out of Switzerland or something, it adjusted all the pricing based on inflation and based on conversion rates. And it only did it for Google, the Google side of the house, which also I guess is the PC version. But didn't do it for Apple, and everybody made a big deal, and they were like, well, it will update for Apple at some point too, but it still hasn't.
It's not yet, so
yeah, so it's like
use it while
randomly
you
I guess
can,
happens.
right?
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, so the other thing to go, if you go back to the actually I think it's in events, there is one character that is fully behind a paywall, and it's behind a weird paywall. So you don't have events yet. So and then also real quick, if you go back in there, the growth fund, just to kind of walk you through that. The growth fund is based on when you're crap, why am I keep blanking? Your war room. It's based on your level of your war room. You don't have to get this. This is another one of those, like, if you have extra money and want to spend extra money, you can, but the rewards are kind of meh, considering what they're tied to. So just be aware. To me, it's too expensive for what you're getting for it, but a lot of people buy it. So,
well, I'm gonna spend $0.
Yeah. I would say realistically, the only like if somebody was free to play, I think you can 100% play the game free to play. You just have to set your expectations, right? Just like Marvel Snap and whatever, right? If you're 100% free to play, set those expectations. You're going to be in the middle when it comes to your server. But if you play it every day and you do whatever, you'll be fine. It just may take you longer to get further into the content is all.
I will gladly accept. Great Hera.
All right, so you see where it says raise level cap?
Yeah.
Because you've upgraded your war room, you can do that.
I was born, the shadows belong to us.
You just click it, and now you're going to use those simulators to upgrade, and it'll branch up to 20. And then once you do it again, it'll go to 30 and so on. But you'll hit a point where it says your war room has to be higher.
Right. Oh, that wasn't what I was trying to figure out.
And as you continue, there's other ways where you can get all those resources. There's a bunch of modes that you haven't unlocked yet.
Hand me my bow.
And then we can do this to evolve them. That's how you get stars, right?
Yeah, and so your stars, you can see right above where the level is. You can see those icons, and there's a couple grayed out. Those are your skills. So if you hover over them, it'll tell you like what star you need to be able to unlock them. And then after you get all your white stars, they'll go to blue stars, purple stars, gold stars, red stars.
Oh my. You just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. And that increases your skills and stuff. So 5 white stars unlocks all your skills. And then as you go beyond those and stars, the skills get better and better. Along with your character stats and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, eventually you will max, like especially the legendary ones, which are your yellow ones, you will max those eventually.
Yeah, I can imagine the mythics are probably a little bit harder to do, especially free to play.
Yeah, because again, you have to be in the higher boxes. So like you saw, like the yellow boxes, I think the purple mother boxes can give you them, but the rates are really low. So it's like yellow and red mother boxes will give you the chances. And I think red mother boxes are pretty high to get the mythic characters. And of course, the mythic plus are banner specific. So you can only get them on the banners. And you can attack those ships. I don't know if you can do it right now. You have 3 attacks, but you can essentially steal resources from them. And then
how did I get here? What am I doing? I thought I was going back to like another story mode mission clicking point.
So these are your random missions that pop up. But if you hit the back button to the bottom left, you'll go back to like a step above your map. So you probably clicked like the little green one, or you clicked into
one of
the
those
map.
green ones. Okay.
Yeah.
And so what is this? Can I just do this? How do I do it?
You already have one in a queue right now. So you see in the bottom right where it says 1 of 1.
Oh, this is just like.
Yeah. So you've got to unlock ships, and once you have like 2 ships, you'll be able to run 2 of them at a time.
Dispatch.
3 ships and so on.
Okay.
Yeah. So think of those as like you're putting them off on a little mission, and in 30 seconds or a couple minutes or whatever, they'll come back and give you those resources. And then those refresh every so many hours.
And so they're gone. Like I can't go into this fight right now, right?
No, you can still go in the fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's weird. Like you send them on a thing so
Okay.
they can't be on a different one, but if you're doing your main, you still get all your characters back to do that. And these are all the cities. So eventually when you get into a league, your weekly league battles, you battle for these cities to control all the cities. But you haven't unlocked leagues yet.
And is it canon in the DC universe that the United States is shaped as a bat?
Of course. You didn't know? Even Superman, like, is like, why did Batman get the US? Yeah, Gotham is the only city you can't attack yet, but they're about to roll out like a whole new mode of taking down Gotham. The other thing to note is while you're sending these missions, if you look when you go back at the top where it says 2 and then you have 0 of 3. So what'll happen is that'll level up. So after you do 3 missions, you're going to go to level 3 and so on and so forth. And if you click on the 2, I think it'll show you, like right now when it refreshes, all you get is green. But after it levels up, you'll start to get like purple missions, blue missions, and those give you more resources.
Got you. This is another reason to always log in every 15 to 20 minutes to send your little guys out on a mission.
Yeah, so like typically, like right now I have 4 ships, so I can send 4 at a time. So I think it takes 2 rounds of that to knock out all 8 of mine when they pop up. And then they refresh like every 6 hours. So it's not huge. It's just like you do it and then you wait a while, you know.
Oh, what's up to Havoc? Yeah, I just started it. This is the furthest I've got into it. I played it a little bit last night just to check it out, but this is basically first try here. Clack swapping the camera. So, like we have full green screen. I don't have to mess with this, but I'm playing on the portrait, so it looks like I'm just have to like really turn to look at the camera.
Havoc, are you upset that he's playing, or are you playing as well? I see the oh no, you started playing this.
I'm just facing default hand, just staring him down this way.
So I need to look this way. So I need to sit this way the whole time. So we're like talking.
Start doing the bleed.
What is the bleed is where,
Dan?
That's the ambles where you were looking at Superman.
Oh, got you that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to get GC playing this game enough to like we can get him in the creator program and all that good stuff.
I mean, I want Joker. I don't know if Joker, like, it doesn't matter if Joker is good or not. I want Joker.
Joker's really good. Joker's really good.
So I'm not spending any anvils unless Joker's the banner.
Yeah,
I think
so
is
like
what I've learned.
I would say for you, I would skip Superman. It's controversial, but I would skip Superman, and I would take all your anvils in for Joker, and try to get Joker at a minimum 2 blue, which is only 3 pulls. And then it may actually only be 2 pulls with the new. They just tweaked the pity system a little bit. So you may only have to pull him twice to get him to 2 blue. That's what mine's at, and he's good. But I mean, if you could get him to like purple or whatever, there's another mode you haven't unlocked yet, which is the combat cycles. Like, he's one of the all-stars in combat cycles. Him plus Flash is like hands down amazing.
So when you say 2 blue, are you saying like 2 stars that are blue?
Yes. So
okay, and so like the Havoc has a Deathstroke with 5 blue stars, or 5 blue.
Yeah. So there's I can send you all this too after and whatever. But when you're opening on the anvils, when you open a banner character, you get 40 shards. So the very first open is just going to unlock the character. The second open is actually going to give you all 5 white stars. And then the third open is going to give you 2 blue stars and so on, because of the way the numbers work on how many shards you need.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you end up needing more shards to upgrade further, right? To like higher colors of your stars, but you're only getting the same number of shards out of your weird pool.
Yeah. So like,
not
to give
rare.
To give perspective on it, 5 red stars is max. You need to pull a character 26 times in the bleed. So I just did that on stream 2 weeks ago with Constantine, and it was 2,030 or 2,060 anvils to do it. And I had been saving through multiple banners to be able to do that. So I skipped Deathstroke, I skipped Sinestro. I'm not sure if it was the right way of doing it, but I did it and I recorded it for a video. I think in reality, there's a few characters you want to get at certain star levels and certain powers that are going to help you in the game. And like, to me, Superman's a very good character, but if I had to choose like a 2 blue Superman and a 2 blue Joker, or a purple Joker, I would go for a purple Joker.
As we expected.
Like, I think that's kind of there's a couple characters good, and like Deathstroke is good, but Deathstroke's one of those where he has to be purple or gold to like truly be great. So he's a really, really high investment to be good.
So what about the police character here? Is he any good?
No. So
I was honestly a little surprised that. Yeah, another purple one was like a.
There's your bang animation. If you saw it.
Yeah, I kind of missed it. It was like a Joker minion or something. A Joker goon. I was kind of shocked to even see them in here, to be honest. Especially now that like through the story mode, I've already gotten 4 real heroes, right? So I can imagine that I'm gonna get a 5th hero pretty soon, which means that any unnamed police officer, Joker villain, whatever, I'm not gonna use.
No, you don't use them. Once you get legendaries, you don't use them. And realistically, once you get the mythic characters, you kind of quit using some of your legendary characters. The only ones you'll use is like Wonder Woman, Green Arrow. You'll use Mara, since you're not spending money at all. You'll use Mara as your healer.
I believe he's known as the
So there's Green Lantern is locked behind a weird paywall. So as you buy the deals, you get gems. And there is because you don't have events yet, you can't see it, but there's this path where as you get those gems, you unlock shards for Green Lantern. And that's the only way to get them. But just to put it out there so you understand what some people are spending on this game, to have a fully maxed out Green Lantern, you will have to spend $20,000 in this game.
No one's done that. No one's doing that.
There's several people who have done it.
No way.
When I say several, I've seen 3 or 4 that have done it over all the different servers, right? So it isn't like they're everywhere, but I've seen at least 3 or 4, which is ridiculous. And the game's only been out for like 2 or 3 months.
Right.
So
So I think it's
there are people that are spending that much money, and that's where I was saying, like, you have to get your expectations right on Meta Brawl, because you will have somebody on your server that's dumping money for some weird reason, and they will always be at the top.
Right.
So
Like someone who's got a fully maxed out Green Lantern just is done, and that's fine. They paid $20,000 to be at the top of this little fucking child's game. I can't believe people are doing this.
And their whole team will be fully maxed out Red Star or whatever. So like, yeah, it's pretty absurd. But all right, so you'll see on there you have a red. So these pop up towards the end of your missions or whatever. These are always going to be very hard, but they always get you gear. So
it's easy.
Well, this one may still be easy, but eventually these are the ones that get really hard.
So, when the game starts getting hard and stuff, do you need to play? Right, like putting it on auto, bad idea, because I'm guessing auto just automatically uses their ability as soon as possible. So I'm guessing like when it starts getting hard, you can't go auto because you have to wait to use your healer.
I mean,
actually
I've never had a full issue of just leaving them on auto, but yes, there are, especially certain. See, this is Bane's animation.
That's a good one.
But yeah, so like there are ways where like you want to make sure healer's using it when they're using it, or you want to, do a stun before you do something else. So like for instance, Cyborg makes everybody take more damage, so you may want to have Cyborgs go off before you start using like Superman's ultimate or whatever. So
got you. I mean, if you're enjoying it to Havoc, a 1 blue can't be that bad. It's not $20,000. That's probably only like what, 500, 600. Did I win?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I have to click it again to get my rewards. That's how this works. All right,
so
this one says
it's
hard.
gonna be a little harder, and it'll stick around on the board. So like even if you beat all the other stuff, it'll stay there until you beat it. So it isn't like if you can't get past something, don't worry too much. But going back to your thing, these purple guys, like, they're terrible. But you will have to use them in Darkest Timeline at some point.
Yo, Toe the Foe 2, good to see you out there in TV land. Welcome. And I have to use them? Why do I have to use them in Darkest Timeline?
So Darkest Timeline mode, you have to start with only legend. So 3 legendaries, which are your yellows, and 2 purple once you get to like level 4 or 5. And then after each battle, you randomly recruit other characters, mythics, or you get more stars for your characters and things like that. So it makes you like build your team as you're going, which is to me a lot of fun, and it gives you different paths.
Oh, got you.
So based on your paths you go, you get different bonuses and stuff, and it's pretty random, but at the same time it does make it a lot more fun.
Yeah, honestly, out of everything that we've talked about, that mode sounds the most interesting to me. Look at this. I did have some people die. Look at this. Oh no, fallen. Oh god, he took me out.
Yeah, so this one may just have to come back at some point once you get more experience and whatever to level your guys. And gear, because again, you did just get some gear, so you can probably equip some of that gear to people and all of that. Potentially.
All right, what do I need to go to next war room? Just training to level 3. All right. All right.
I was born and molded for this.
Quick equip. I guess quick equip probably later in whatever. It's probably going to be not as perfect to use quick equipped just because there might be synergies or something with other people in your party or something.
You eventually get, so like the gear's pretty standard outside of eventually they'll start getting tags. So to have like a Justice League tag, and if it's sitting on somebody with Justice League, then they'll get a bonus to their stats and stuff. But the auto equip or whatever is pretty good about only equipping stuff that like matters to the character. So the only reason you may not, it's not that you wouldn't use it, you would just prioritize who you go into first to start clicking that.
I guess that makes sense.
The other thing to note is there's 3 different types of gear. So there's like your tank gear, your support gear, and then like your range attack person gear. So everything gets bucketed into that. So like again, when you're auto equipping, it's going to know that, it's going to do it fine for you, but it's just something to note. So like his gear is different than your Wonder Woman's gear, which is also different than your Mara's gear.
Gotcha.
Because they're different groups of characters.
It's just the 3 groups, like tank, healer,
yeah. So
range
like
/ DPS.
Yeah. So like your Batman and your Superman that you can see, that helmet is the same grouping as tank. So that's Guardian or Defender.
Oh, these guys.
Yeah, so those are in the same grouping as a tank. They're slightly different than a tank as far as like what they do, but they're similar, the same. Joker is an Intimidator, which is in the same grouping as like a support character, like your healers, Mara and those. And then like Aquaman, Flash, even your magic users like Constantine are all in the same grouping. Even though they have different icons, they're in that same grouping for gear.
And it looks like this shelter.
Yeah, so this is how you get your people, which allows you to upgrade your war room.
Got you.
So you like build your city up here. It literally like doesn't do anything outside. It gives you cash. It gives you like their cash currency, which you may use later. I mean, you use it later, but like I've got like 200 million of this cash that there's nowhere really to spend it.
Gotcha.
It's weird.
Might be another one of those pieces that they were just like, well, we kind of built it in. Yo, I got crossbar. Let's go. And then they just kind of give up on it.
Yeah. And then your purple dudes, I'm going to confirm this before I say it. I don't think they get stars. They don't get stars. So once you unlock those, and then you reopen them, you get your AC/DC shards, which upgrades your force, which I can show you if you open like one of your characters after you finish this.
Okay.
I'm also like spitting so much stuff at you right now. I'm sure like
it's a lot, but I like talking about the ordering of like stars and stuff too with the colors and stuff. It's like I'll get there eventually because it'll just get used to being like, oh well, yeah, red comes after blue or whatever.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same that you're kind of seeing there.
Right. Green, blue, purple, yellow, red.
Yeah.
And just after seeing it long enough, I'll have it memorized.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah, so if you open up one of your characters, you actually have that's probably your purple one. Oh, Killer Croc. There you go.
This is a Killer Croc mission. Looks like you need a sewer guy.
All right. So 2 things when you're looking at characters. If you click up, you see where he has like the 3 icons underneath his name. So it's Suicide Squad, Legion of Doom, and then Metahuman. If you click that, that lets you know when you create your team, if you have 3, 4, or 5 that have that same tag, they all get those bonuses.
Okay.
So that's when you're building your team. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, but that's like why this guy might be, well.
I will take care of. Hand me my bow. I will gladly.
Yeah, the purple ones, they eventually you just throw them out and put anybody in there.
Oh, no, maybe not.
None of the purple ever get any tags.
Okay, then never mind.
They're literally throwaway characters.
Or am I just looking at characters now? Not the characters
Yeah.
I had? Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah, so like with Killer Croc, like I was saying, like eventually you'll get more Legion of Doom, but those are the things to look at. Like he has metahuman. Wonder Woman also has metahuman. I don't know. Bane may have metahuman.
Take care of this.
But if Bane has
Yeah.
metahuman, then technically you could use the 3. I just don't remember. I know he has assassin, but
I kind of agree with you there on with you.
Yeah, so he
having
has
Arkham
metahuman.
seems like a really smart tag for Croc.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Yeah, so your Arkham team is typically Bane, Scarecrow, Joker, Poison Ivy. And then your last one is like Two-Face or somebody. It doesn't really matter. And that team is really good. He's Legion of Doom, Killer Croc is, which is also a pretty good team. But all right, so see, okay, you can't click Force yet. It's not unlocked
down
for
here.
you yet. Yeah. When that unlocks, that's like a skill tree, and you have certain things that you can unlock with the skill trees.
I don't know if I care about, like, do I really care about, like, getting all these other things upgraded? Like,
I mean, you will, like, those rooms help you have enough people. If you click on the power plant, the power room or whatever, I'll show you what I was talking about of
Programmed for straightforward tasks like construction.
them being helpful for your resources.
Build, clear areas, transport items, and so on.
If they free up our people for missions, I approve. But if they become evil and attack us,
I don't know what room that was that you just unlocked. Drones.
Be very.
Yeah. So drones let you speed stuff up. So that's where, like, once you're doing your war room is already upgraded. If you go ahead and click that. These are your legendary pieces, gear, relics that you can equip on people. So this is your monthly snap pass. If you equate it, right?
There's
the left side
so
you
much
get for
fucking
free.
shit to buy in here.
So you get the left side you get for free. The right side is the premium pass. But again, that bottom pass is not worth it whatsoever. It literally just gives you a couple anvils. But that top one gives you both of those 2 right sides. The premium, right? So when you look at, like, if, again, this is more statement for anybody listening or whatever, if you're looking at spending, that is the second thing I would say is, if you're going to spend, first is that extra helper builder, then the second would be to do that, because it does give you stuff. All right, and Meta Brawl just opened up. Friends just opened.
Go heavy on the right side. Left side we could do later. I have noticed, like, I don't want to sign in right now. I have noticed right side has, like, training nexus. The drones is something that's generating resources. I don't think the library is generating resources for me.
No, library. What does library do? Library does nothing. It's just a room that you'll have to upgrade over time. But after drones, then you'll get the sims, which are needed for leveling, breaking the level caps. Then you'll get, like, an armory, a research. So you do start to get some good stuff. But again, it's all about focusing on just getting that war room up. So now you have drones, and drones can be used to speed it up. Yeah.
Right.
And it's 1 drone per 1 minute. That's what it breaks down to.
Oh, that's not bad. Well, not with the excuse me, not with what I've got right now, but
yeah, eventually your war room will be like 3 days. So that's where like there will be days where you just have to like click it and get it later, but
Okay, and this is when it's talking about the bleed.
yeah, so the bleed was where you're looking at with Superman. And like I said, each banner runs for 4 weeks, and every 2 weeks you'll get a new banner. So you'll always, like, in 2 weeks you'll have Joker coming.
Right. Okay, gotcha. And I think like now, like I'm probably fully into the server now that like Meta Brawl unlocked and stuff, right?
Yeah, so you'll start to get all of those modes as you unlock your war rooms. But Meta Brawl is going to be your PvP. And you can click on that sign-in bonus with the Harley thing. This is just the X day. You get this just for logging in every day. So there's 10 cubes.
I thought it was telling me to log in.
I'll take care of
No. So you will get Harley on day 7 for free.
Okay, that's good.
But you're gonna get Poison Ivy, and Poison Ivy is one of the best healers in the game. Unless you're facing a Joker. All right, so that was Supreme. Sorry, go back in there real quick. So, oh wait, that's Path to Justice. I thought that was Supreme Commander for a second. So this is another one where you're gonna unlock Red Hood.
They had a claim all button for one of these, and now we don't have claim all buttons on these screens.
This is what happens with the bleed is you also get these missions, so you get to test the character.
Oh, I see. So this is like a gotcha.
Yeah. So they're good enough to do, but and go back in there one more time. I wanted to show you the Green Lantern thing. So in events, some of these stick around as long as they do. Source Gem Pack is the Green Lantern thing. So this is where, as you spend and you get the source gems for the pack for the different things you buy, that's how your Green Lantern unlocks. And there is a ship at Target 4, which is again one of the reasons why people that spend are going to be a little bit better, but that Target 4 gives you another ship to use. So
the T-Jet.
Yeah.
Is Target 20 the end?
Yeah.
Or is it keep going?
That's the end, and that would be a maxed out Green Lantern at 20k, and you get that ship.
It's the one that carried Superman here.
Yeah. So, for 20 grand, you can have that ship.
That's pretty good.
Be all yours.
That seems like a deal. God, I got another thing to fucking click over here.
It's just that growth fund.
Well, it's free, so I'll take it. All right. Are there clicks in here? Target. Claim.
Yep. So these are just going to be missions that pop up that you're doing throughout your journey, leveling up rooms and things like that. Just free stuff, right? And then your daily.
There's my dailies.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, and we got weekly unlocks based off how many dailies we do too.
No. That's
oh, this
just
is
all
for
daily.
today.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't wait to have a chore.
And then I think leagues opened for you. So it says league mobilization. I think in your events you had an event that said like join a league or something.
Oh, this one.
No, keep going to the right. I think there was another one.
Invite friends.
Dark Legion Hunter, and search for legions. Yeah.
Oh,
so this is where you can join a league.
Right.
Again, the bigger it is, the higher it is, the more people it is, the better it is what it's going to kind of come down to. But you're looking for power. You've already got like, so you're on a server that seems like it's been open for a little longer, since there's leagues with already like maxed out people. But realistically, you just want to make sure your league has a decent number of people. The more it grows from people doing your donations, which are essentially free to do, it'll open more slots for people to join and stuff. So that's really all you want to do, is just make sure you're in one of the top 5 or whatever. So now at that bottom right next to the base, so not that one, but this is your league. Couple things that'll happen in here: your technology, which is showing you. War's interesting because you'll get those later, but technology is where you can invest your resource points. So if you click one of those, it doesn't really matter, but they're going to highlight the one they want you to go after with a plus. Now that one looks like it's already maxed and just somebody hasn't clicked the research button, but go up a little bit. That's why it says pending, or it's upgrading right now, one or the other. But click one of the other ones that say, okay, your people just don't know what they're doing. So there's different levels in your people in the league. There's like R5 through R1. Those people, there should be a button that says upgrade, and somebody's already maxed those. So go back out, or at the bottom, you see where it says resources? Sorry, go back in technology. You see where it says resources? Like click that lucky break. Oh, man, your people don't know what they're doing. Press the X, go to combat.
Should I leave? These are bad folks. I should leave them.
There you go. So this is where you can spend your cash dollars. Again, that's a currency you'll get a ton of over time, but that's where you can donate to your league every day, which is one of your dailies as well. And then what'll happen is all of those different skills or whatever that are upgrading will upgrade all your characters, whether it's combat damage or health or whatever.
What's this number under the league represent? Like a 9, a 7, a 4?
It's the level of the league. So your league, I think we're maxed, which is 25 is maxed. And that is just based on your donations. They go up, which opens more slots for people and things like that.
All right.
But you're in a league now. It's probably fine for now. And those are also one of those where like you could probably like, hey guys, somebody go in there and hit this research or whatever. And you can grab those. So that's where you get free resources when people are doing stuff for your league or buying stuff or doing whatever. Territory is that whole mission. So click at the top where it said daily missions.
Oops.
No, you're fine.
I think it may just take me straight into it.
Well, this is showing you like Guardian Challenge will come up at some point, and this is where you're going to battle for your cities. It's a real time where you're taking over cities against another league, which is nice.
I see. That you were telling me about that earlier.
But if you click in territory, at the top of territory, that little cube you can grab that keeps shining. Yeah. And that's like some points you use inside of the league shop. And every day that will pop up. And as your league increases in stars and levels, that the rewards will go up.
I see.
And that's when you're taking down the cities and stuff.
Very good. Meta Brawl.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Am I in it for good? No. Let's secure defensive lineup. Secure your ranking. Oh yeah, this is the passive thing, right?
Yeah, so this is your defense.
Right, I do need to make sure I have a defense. And then challenges are free. Do those 5 times a day, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 5 times. And then I think mine, if yours is the same as mine, they reset at like 1 a.m. And then as you progress through the different branches, you'll get more rewards as you go through them. Plus, you'll get daily rewards based on your ranking in there. This is your store. So this is where you always want to get the free one. So there's always a free one in there. It's towards the bottom. Big green
And
free.
they hide that one, don't they?
It moves
but
around.
at the very top of the they want you to go looking for it.
Yeah. So the only things in the store that really matter are that one, the League one. You'll be able to get like ship parts in a little while. So all of this kind of stuff, pretty much just save all your currency for a long time. Eventually, you're going to want to get ship parts for your League stuff, which helps make your ships better. In the Meta Brawl one, you're going to want to save those as well. Maybe you spend it on Wonder Woman shards to make your Wonder Woman better, but if you see anything else in there, you don't get it. And then the first shop, the only thing you probably buy in there is anything for cash. You can buy like cubes and things like that for your cash currency.
Yeah, I reckon cash is not. It doesn't. Yeah, cash. Right. It doesn't sound like the in-game cash is too hard to come by.
Mm-hmm.
You do that how you want. Okay, I didn't actually. So it's gonna like block me here on my Batman missions unless I do that draw, huh?
Batman mission. Yes.
These things
so
down
that
here.
one. Which ones? Sorry.
Whatever this is connected to.
Oh no, you can click in there.
Yeah, but then I have to use my dude. I have to use this thing on the bleed.
Oh wait, go back and actually click the Batman symbol. All right, so what that's saying is trying to show you there's a Bat Signal mission. Is it the top one that says use an anvil?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. So it may just be where you're like paused until you either use the one or you just wait to Joker in 2 weeks. And then eventually you'll get the rest of them. So.
Yeah, and I think the way that these were working was like they're retro, right? Like if I've already achieved the next missions, once they pop up, they'll just auto claim.
Yeah. And technically by doing that one, you do get 2 anvils, which is for completing it. So, I mean, it's up to you if you want to try the one
how'd
for
you know
Superman
that?
or not. All right, so see at the bottom where it says rewards?
Yeah.
The last one you have to do is that top one. And then you'll get
and then I get the whole
and then
set
you'll
of
get the next.
things. Got you.
So,
well, okay, then I guess
ten-
fuck it. Like technically, yeah, that's the way to go. That
See
makes
if you get
sense.
lucky
New player
and you get
experience.
the
They
one.
always run that. All right,
Let's
so
cross
this
your
is
fingers.
Yeah, do a
and
quick
maybe you get a
save, quick
Superman.
load before it.
Maybe you get them and you're super lucky. This has to turn red if you got them.
Oh.
It's purple, so no, you didn't even get a yellow. That was.
I got a
pretty bad.
rifle.
That's fine. Yeah. All right. So now you can. What's funny is it did not use your anvil. So now you can go
Yeah,
back.
I did. I had a second. I was up to 2
Oh, you
for
had a
some
second.
reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but
There's your 2 more.
nice. Chapter 6. Okay. More of these to click.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they want you to draw each day too, huh? That's rude.
But you don't have to. So I don't use my anvils, and I can complete all the dailies every day.
Okay.
I also don't crack mother boxes every day, and I still do it all. So you can definitely hit the dailies pretty easy. Yeah, you just want to put whoever Doesn't really matter. For now. Once you get all your mythics, it'll matter.
Right. What are you working in?
You just put her in the other one. But Killer Croc is also 15.
Yeah. Okay, I can live with that for now. People are not happy, dude.
So this is going to tell you to just upgrade all those different little things, like the library and stuff, to make your people happy. And this is where the power room, by upgrading that, this will go up, and then your productivity will be better. But you only have your one builder, so you just go at your own pace. And then you have
Am I
that
building
right
something
there.
right now? I'm not, right?
No.
Yeah. I guess we could go ahead and build this. It's free, right? Just click. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a handful of living quarters that you'll get. Is your war room ready to upgrade?
I don't think so.
And then decorating, these come in the events. But you have to use the currency from the event to get them, and that they do absolutely nothing. So I have no decorations.
Yeah, seems like something to only do
if you were just like really
you
blowing
have
money.
Like really blowing money, or like just able to clear out the shop. But it doesn't sound like you're able to grind that much necessarily.
No, I couldn't clear it out. I mean, I bought a lot of like anvils and different things like that with the currency, but yeah, I still didn't get that. There's people that get it though. They're like, oh, this is cool. I'm like, it gives you absolutely nothing.
How far do you want my biolab upgraded? All the way to 4? Is that what you said? Wow.
And then your gems, you want to save your gems. So every weekend, I think it's Sunday it starts, there's a thing that comes around called Interstellar Visitor, and you can spend your gems on like anvils, and it's one of the best values to buy anvils with your gems.
What are my gems?
Top right.
These things
is yes, those are your gems.
Okay.
That's like your main currency in the game.
These guys
to buy stuff with, yeah.
Source energy gems.
Yeah. So again, Interstellar Visitor happens every Sunday, Monday, and that's where you can buy anvils with those gems, and that's pretty much what you want to save them for.
Oh, a patrolman. Let's go.
You may have Catwoman now. There's some mythics.
Was happy about that. Looked like Harley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you have Red Hood and Catwoman to unlock.
Oh, nice.
This is just perfect.
And Catwoman's like one of the worst characters in the game.
So is there any reason not to evolve them?
No, you go ahead and evolve them.
That was a good
Right,
time.
because it's literally just specific to them.
The only reason you would hold them in the future is once you start doing Supreme Commander. On mine, it's Thursdays. One of the categories is evolving characters. It's got a lot on that day because it's got a bunch of different levels on that day, but that's one of them for the day. So you may hold them to only evolve on that day, but again, I think that's more of a later game thing. Red Hood is actually really good as a character. He tops off like mid game of not being as good, but he's still pretty good. The other thing is at 3 stars on a character, you unlock their passive bonus. that and helps all the rest of your characters.
When do you unlock the passive bonus? I'm sorry.
I think it's 3 stars on a character.
Okay. Should I guess I should be using Red Hood more so than
I would try it now.
Goofball. Because he's got more stars, and I just fucking dumped all my money into leveling him up past green balls. That's
yeah,
not
because I
his
think
name.
you have
what's his name? Green Hood.
No, Green Arrow.
Green
I would
Arrow.
leave Green Arrow, but I would switch your Killer Croc because I think your Killer Croc's in the back row anyway. So I would put Bane and Wonder Woman up front. I'd put Mara in the back middle, and Green Arrow on one side and Red Hood on the other. Let's go to Meta Brawl. Go to Meta Brawl.
Well, I got Ned coming up here in a second. So before we go into Meta Brawl, I want to take a quick break.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
That feels like something that I'm actually going to pay a little bit of attention to. There's so many just clicks, like, and then I'm going to have another click to do here in 2 freaking minutes. This is just generating a click for 2 minutes from now.
Yeah, for now. Eventually it'll be a lot quicker. And again, as you unlock more ships, you'll be able to do 2 or 3 at the same time rather than one. Did they kick you out of the league? They kicked you out of the league.
They kicked me out of the league. I'm not in the league anymore.
Did you leave? You left the league, or they kicked you out?
No, I didn't leave the league.
They kicked you out.
Why'd they kick me out?
Because they were like, "You're too weak." I don't know.
I gave them help. I even helped them.
There's a league chat, and you just be like, "Hi guys, I'm back."
Where's chat at?
Go back to your main. You see at the bottom where that little announcement thing is.
Oh, this guy.
Click that. Yeah. Click the text. So you've got a world chat, a league chat, and like direct messages. Yeah, you have been removed by. Oh, it doesn't say who by.
Hi guys.
And then you joined it again.
Super excited to be here and play DC. All right, I'm gonna take the break. Ads are about to pop in about 2 minutes. What is this? This is just 34 notifications.
World chats.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like. Oh, I just crossed over into a new day. Apparently, what time is it? 10:32.
Weird. 8 o'clock at 8 o'clock p.m. is your day change.
Oh.
I don't know when you actually started. You started right before 8, so you technically got 2 days in.
I guess that's probably.
But it's retroactive, so even if you complete it now, it'll still finish it for day 1.
Okay, that one's the account stuff. What is it again? Okay, nothing.
That's so. Yeah, click where Mara is. Yeah. Click where Mara is. There's a better person for that.
How'd you tell that? Just because of the way it looked, or?
I thought because it was red, it was telling us that, but I guess not.
I think maybe it's because she's sleepy.
Oh, maybe so.
Okay.
And then
I think I've gotten all of the notification dots. Oh no, look, because 2 minutes has passed by and it generated another click.
So many, man. This is the thing about the game, right? Like when you start this out for the first week or two, you're gonna have so much of this. Right. Then when you get to my side 2 months from now, it's a login every so many hours.
Yeah, Star Trek was very similar, and it was kind of because you get the missions and stuff, so it was something that it felt, I don't know, it felt cool. I enjoyed the Star Trek, but it is giving me very similar of just like, now that I've started the game and I'm at the very beginning of it, it's just constant play. Like I'm just trying to click stuff done so I can feel comfortable checking something else out, and I don't feel like I've left free resources on the table.
Yeah.
But I know it will slow down. The question is like when it slows down, is there stuff still enough to do from a free to play perspective that you can enjoy it? And
I think so.
That's what I'm gonna find out, I guess.
I think there is. I mean, again, every day you get to try combat cycle, which as a free to play, like you're going to be testing out different characters and different team combinations and leveling your guys up and stuff. So I think so. You just have to get your war room up higher to get to that point.
All right, I'll be back in about 3 to 5.
Yeah, no worries.
Using Discord, search for Sky King 6 and add friends. Please join as soon as possible when going online. If you don't join, you will be kicked out of the Alliance as a robot. I'm gonna get kicked out of the Alliance as a robot.
Yeah. Maybe that's what happened last time.
Maybe, I guess. But we can just talk in chat. There's a cat right here we can talk in. All right. I'll be back in a little bit.
Yep.
All right, I am back. Are there? Oh, you might still be muted.
I am. So I just said all that, and nobody heard me. They just saw me talking. He was talking about how long it takes to upgrade some of the war room stuff. So I got to war room 35 now, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. But it did take a while.
Yo, Rado Ryan. Sorry, bud. Rando Ryan, didn't see you earlier. Welcome in. Welcome in. I wonder if that may have been during my break. No, I just completely missed you. I'm sorry. I always try to say hello to folks. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about saving up drones just because, like, right now it's like, oh, I could skip this with one drone for a minute, but it's like I know from my experience with Star Trek, I know that I've got to be better than that.
Yeah, luckily you have something that's making drones for a while, but yeah, there's Supreme Commander that I was talking about, the weekly thing. There's like 2 different days where drones are really helpful to get you through that. And there's a lot of really good rewards for doing that stuff. So.
Looks like they haven't kicked me out yet.
Not yet. So
got another thing here.
So
yeah,
that is
this?
league based. So league based, if you click in there, the way that works is every other day or every third day, you're going to get this rift, and you don't really do anything, which is kind of annoying. You just create a ship, send it out, and then it comes back and it attacks. So you wait like four minutes, and then it comes back, and then you send it back, and it lasts for 30 minutes. Or you can join other people's attacks.
So I'll just put a squad in there. There's a standby squad.
Yeah, go ahead and do 2 squads. So what those will do is, if you're not around, if other people are initiating, your squads will join their squads.
Okay.
And you get free rewards if you're not even there.
Do I need to do the offline participation check mark?
If you log in while it's going, though, it will stop that, and then you have to manually do it. But if you're offline, it'll do it for you. So, yeah, your R4 and R5 again. You're that league. You may want to join a different league at some point. It's not a huge thing, but the fact that they're not keeping up with the technology thing
seems a little sus.
And they haven't even they haven't even scheduled your. So that one's going now. They're watching your stream. They're like, oh, sorry, let me click that.
They know, yeah.
So once those finish,
but see, this one's not.
Well, they can only do one at a time.
Oh, gotcha.
So typically you stay on top of them, so there's only one going, but.
And then helping spree, right?
Yeah. So what helping does is go back to where you're building or upgrading something right now.
Oh, yeah.
If you have the little yellow hands, you click that, and it just allows other people to like speed your building up.
Right.
By helping.
Okay. Oh God, this is.
And those.
This is
don't
almost
worry about those.
Don't worry about what? Oh, clicking these because they just build up, or.
Yeah. So like you click them when you click them, but I'm just saying like you don't have to like hover over those 24/7. They do build up over time. So yeah, there's like a max cap of them, but it's not that big of a deal.
This is just it's a little overstimulating. Because like now I've got cubes to decode, which I want to do because that unlocks characters.
Eventually you'll get into the rhythm. After like week 2, you'll get into the rhythm of when you do everything. Right now, I would agree. You're just unlocking people. You're getting them there. You're good to go.
Right. And I know, like, there are
But-
certain days where there are certain missions that, like, okay, I want 500 cubes to decode on Tuesday to maximize. But, like, yeah, we're in the new player experience, and it is just a little.
Yeah.
I would love a couple claim alls.
check them out.
Oh, look, Biolab can fit somebody else in here now.
Yep. So once they get upgraded, they all will have almost all of them will have 2 slots. Yeah, the key is just staying on top of that and making sure.
Okay.
So that says you need those, and you get those from completing the mission on the main map.
Main map mission. How? There's got to be a quick way to go to like Meta Brawl, right?
Yeah, the bottom left, very bottom left, you hit that, and then Meta Brawl's at the top of the list. The little, yeah, that one, and then Meta Brawl's at the top.
Yeah, rando. Like, it's gonna be hard for me because I don't like having a little alert icons everywhere. So trying to wait on them is gonna be painful.
So go into your defense real quick. This is the shop, which you don't really need.
But it had an icon. I thought I had a free thing.
I know. It's that icon. I think they broke a day or two ago. It's always there for me too. All right, so take out Killer Croc and put in your Red Hood.
Oh, I'm gonna do this, and it'll be sloppy and
No, wait.
No, keep Wonder Woman up front.
Like this?
Yes.
Okay.
And then click save, and you should be good. That's gonna be your best team right now. So you see next to Challenger Group, you have the little red note up there. That means you have been attacked.
I was defeated.
Yeah, well, that guy's.
So did I lose 2 things?
You lost 2 ranks.
2 ranks. Okay.
Yeah. But as you challenge, you're gonna see like who you're going against. So you're number 635 right now, and then as you do your 5 challenges, you'll move up in that rank.
Gotcha.
And then once you get to a certain level, every week it refreshes, and if you're in a certain level, you'll move up. So it's usually like top 50 or something, just depending on the bracket.
All right,
You'll move up to the next bracket.
Let's do some more story-based stuff.
Yep.
And then we can talk more about the game. And this way I'm away from all the clicky clicks. And I can just auto it.
All the red dots aren't all up in your face.
Yeah. Alright, so I wish I could just take everybody. I guess that's how you take it.
Just hit auto. Just hit auto and see
what happens.
Yeah, you're good. That's the team.
It's just not in the right order. Do that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Fight.
This should be a much stronger team than what you had.
So, how do you feel about content creation for this game? Because it feels weird to me. I guess some of the PvP stuff, like the Meta Brawl and whatnot, is like global weekly event. Like,
yeah. So
how do I explain this? It feels weird being on my own server and very clearly knowing that I'm on a server with like 300 people or whatever the server population is, and that somebody who starts the game 2 months later from me is going to be on a completely different server going through the same banner characters, the same time-lapsed pieces. So like it feels awkward to me. Like, how do you, coming from like Marvel Snap, where it's like you're always talking about a new card or any kind of card collecting game, right? You talk about the market that changes over time. Like this is this changes for you during your time.
Yeah, so there's kind of a couple ways to approach it. One is you're building content so when a new player comes in, they can get the information from you of like how you approached it, right? Because yes, whenever they start, they're going to start with Superman. You may be 5 banners in, right? But if you're giving your input on, okay, because again, we're going to skip Superman, right? But we're going to go after Joker. you may be able to say, like, as a free-to-play player, Joker is doing so good for me, and I would recommend this being a banner that you go after, right? Just being as an example. You also haven't unlocked all the different modes, so there's like the combat cycles. There's going to be things that are like, here's the best team to use on that. Well, I think for you specifically, you can approach it as a free-to-play, and I don't think many creators are actually approaching it that way. So it gives you an upper hand to be like, hey, I haven't spent anything on this game, and look how well I'm doing in these areas. This is how I approach this mode, this battle, this whatever, right? So it is different than Marvel Snap. It isn't just every single week you have a new card to talk about and you get a bunch of gameplay with it. You can do characters in a way like that, but I think it is about the other modes and other things too. You can kind of focus in on, whether it's you're finding new combinations of teams and what's worked in Meta Brawl or whatever. So I would say it's going to be a little harder for content in general, but there's definitely a lot of like cookie cutter gotcha game like content that can be made.
Got you.
And when I say cookie cutter, I don't mean like you're just copying somebody directly and it's just bad content. Just more of like there's some templates out there for like Genshin Impact, right? Is another one of those gotcha games that has a lot of content out there. Marvel Strike Force is another one out there. So like looking at how people approach content on those games, you can kind of mimic some of that over here too. There's weekly updates pretty much. So like, again, doing a podcast or videos on what was updated from the community. These devs are very vocal and on top of stuff. So you get a lot of information every single time they have a patch, which is nice. They have a really good timeline calendar looking at what's coming next type stuff. So I think there's a lot of that type of content as well. But going back to where you were saying, like the banners, I think like what I struggle with, which you will struggle with, is the fact that you are behind everybody. So your audience is going to be newer players in general. And I struggle with that because like Unstable and Quantum and some of the other creators, they're like 5 banners ahead of me. So they're showcasing characters that I don't even have a chance to have right now, because they've already got the banner. So I can see that. But then I approach it differently when I finally get the banner, right? To be like, okay, well, I did this character. And like, I saved everything for Constantine. So I'm one of the few people that have a fully maxed out Constantine and almost fully maxed out Justice League Dark Team. So like I can build content around that they maybe don't, because they don't have that character fully invested in. So like you could become the Joker guy, right? Like, and that's your that's one of your niches, you know?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess like it just, to me too, maybe it's just because I've been in Snap for so long, but there's other bits to it too, where like as a viewer of content, and I mostly do Twitch content, right? Even viewing wise, I like to watch people who are playing what I'm playing, either like right in step where I'm at, or like a little bit behind me if I'm worried about spoilers. So it's also like, I'm just imagining as a viewer of just being like, well, I don't care about these other guys' content that you've just described to me, because first off, I don't know DC lore that much, so I don't even, like, I know who Constantine is, but the other guys that you were talking about that you haven't had a chance to get yet, so like, and I definitely don't have a chance to get that, right? So it also just feels to me like, it just feels like we're all going through high school again, right? Like we're all in our own class going through this experience of a game. Like it's more than
Yeah.
just the content making of it that's weird to me. It's like the viewing of content that's weird to me because I
Yeah.
want to just hang out with folks in my class and
Yeah,
view that
and-
content.
Yeah, and some of that is changing a little bit in the fact that they are at some point looking at crushing all of the servers together. What you'll notice is I can't remember at what point in the game. There's a point in the game that your world will get smaller. The 5 or 7 servers around you are all in the same time frame. You'll start to get grouped. So when you're doing Meta Brawl, it's not just your server. It's those 5 or 6 servers. When you're doing your league versus league stuff, you'll be going against other servers as well. But there is this idea that at some point they want to merge all the servers. I don't know what that looks like because of the banner system being different based on your server, age. But they do want to do that at some point.
Let's get into some trouble.
But I get it.
I
And
guess
think,
I guess the only way you'd be able to do that, right, is like you have your personal progression banner, which is based off of that like server age, or also very similarly your account age. And then there's a global banner that everybody can go for, which probably has a different resource as well.
Yeah. And I think that that's kind of the thing that's hung them up a little bit. And it's probably another 3 months off before they even do that with servers, if I had to guess, maybe even further. But that's where I think they're having to figure out, like, how do they do that to the merging of it, and how's it going to make the most sense? Because there are clear characters, like, for instance, we're about to get all the Superman family, so we're about to get Supergirl and Crypto and Superboy to help out Superman and his tag. But again, those first servers are going to get them before we do. So the question is, like, when we get them, like, do we just skip to it? Does it go in parallel when you crush these servers together, or what? I don't know.
Robo, you got me pretty good there with repeating that Hartley is getting into trouble. She did say that a lot. Oh, now it's telling me to participate into the Meta Brawl. So do you still have like story stuff that you're doing?
I've finished all the story. So it took me
so
several
there is,
months.
But there is just like a story finish. So is your war room maxed out as well?
Yeah. So I hit War Room 35 like a couple weeks ago. And that maxed out the story. But they are adding more to the story, like in a future update. But as of now, the story is finished for me, War Room 35. So now it's more of these modes over here, my focus is, plus the league-based stuff. Yeah, so now you've got your 5 challenges that you can do. So if you hit challenge, it's going to show you 3 different people. The thing to note is your power level is up at the top. So you're 22,000. So if you see anybody that's close to you or below you is what you want to do. Also look at their level. So like that middle one is level 6 compared to the other one's level 5. May or may not matter at this point, but for me it matters when you're in like the 30s. But so I would probably go after that middle one.
Yeah, it's close to some power level.
You also have 5 refreshes, so like you can refresh just to get a new set of people to see what's different.
That's my group.
All right, so
they're maxed out at 20.
Yeah, the other problem you may have is their Mara is all 5 stars, so which means she's gonna have all her 4 stars, so she's gonna have her healing stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna win this. Maxed out at 22 is pretty.
Well, we'll see. Like
pretty strong.
We
got a Bane,
more
right?
Stars. Yeah, Bane's pretty beefy. Red Hood's pretty good too.
Great Hera.
I feel revived.
You got this.
I never met.
For Atlantis. For Atlantis.
Bane, his special is he heals himself. So he's
Yeah,
a really good
I
tank.
feel like Bane was a pretty good one to get. On my phone, which I'm just gonna trash. I'm gonna use this account. I'll sign in and stuff.
There you go.
Nice. So I go up 12 and I get.
So you went up almost 200 points. So every day you're going to get 3 different rewards based on your 5 attempts that you do, which gives you meta coins.
Got you. All right. I would like to be stronger.
Yeah.
Before I do that again.
Go be stronger. And now you know what your 5 are that you're kind of investing in, right? So.
Right.
Oh. I like this look.
Vixen, another character nobody really uses.
You need a superhero or a supermodel.
But she is a bird of prey, so.
I will take care of this.
All right. You said Myra is probably just gonna be my healer regardless.
Yeah, you're not spending money, so you're not greeting Green Lantern. The only other really good healer is Ivy and Raven, and both of those are mythic. So Mara's probably going to be one of your main characters for a little while.
I am kind of sad.
You just
Green
removed-
Lantern. Yeah, I'm gonna remove.
Just
everything
removed all
and
our
then
gear.
I'm gonna go
Redo
in
the.
order.
I will gladly accept this
Yeah.
task.
But yeah, I am sad Green Lantern's behind some weird paywall.
Yeah,
because
he's
Is
the
it-
best healer in the game. So.
it's John Stewart, right?
No, it's Hal Jordan.
Oh, it's Hal Jordan. Oh,
Yeah.
Gladly accept this task.
They're like his abilities say other Green Lanterns, blah 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 blah, which there are none right now. So I think when HBO releases the Lantern Corps show, I think we'll get a couple more lanterns in here.
I will gladly accept this task.
okay. I think Bane gets gear first. You don't have any cool stuff. Now you can get whatever gear you want.
Yeah.
All right. I'll love you up.
Yeah,
in
and
a
only
second.
her and Bane
And-
share gear.
You get the
and then
gear
him-
you want.
Yeah, him and Green Arrow share gear, and then Mara has her own gear.
So I stripped her down for nothing.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will take care of this.
Eventually, you're gonna get your armory where you can build gear.
Hand me my bow.
I want
I can
red
do
up.
this. Oh, goodness gracious.
Why did I watch this? Wait a second.
Because you want to
Was
click that button.
Oh no. Yeah, I wanted to click the read button. Because I get 2,000 experience for that. Reading that book. One day I might go in here and like read the lore and stuff.
And the skills and all that. Yeah.
I will gladly accept.
Yeah, as you get them more stars, it unlocks more of their lore.
Oh, you can listen to it. Oh no, this is just
Amazons always find. I will gladly great Hera.
okay, but it's cool that they've got this in. This is this feels pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. See, I got more experience. I was able to.
Oh wait, clicking
Yeah,
that.
those books.
Sorry.
Oh.
The other thing that'll work. Clicking that, and then you see where it says use. The other thing is
those
you
are my
get
items.
those. Yeah, you get those for all the different currencies. There's no reason why not to click that to use it. So,
right.
You know, it's whatever you want to do, but occasionally I'll forget about that and I'll go and be like, oh, I've got all this alloy just sitting here.
Right, because that's what my rooms. Or does the rooms just generate straight experience, or are they generating these things that I turn into experience when I?
No,
hit
it's
these?
just straight it's straight experience. So when you click it, it goes into your experience pool. But there's other rewards you get other places that give you those where you have to like open them or whatever to put them into the stuff.
Ah. Nice. Okay, so it will alert you if you've got somebody better suited for a job available.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help some people out so they don't kick me. Dude, these chests feel like way too much. Like it must be giving me nothing.
Well, I mean, it gives you alloy and cash, and alloy will be used when you get your armory to build gear. It's not a bunch, like probably for early game, it feels like a bunch. And there you go. So you do want to focus on that progress, which is just all about getting more power. Yeah. So it ends in 5 days and 20 hours, but you want to focus on that one because that'll give you shards to get your Red Hood up. The way you can increase your power is equip stuff on all your characters.
Oh, doesn't matter if they're not in my party.
Yeah, it increases your overall power. And since you're already prioritizing your other stuff for gear, like they're just getting whatever's left over. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, if you go through that, Killer Croc, Catwoman, just each of those and just, make sure you're putting the gear on them. If they have stars, giving them the stars, whatever. Like the Killer Croc can get a star. Like all of that's going to increase their power.
It's a Killer Croc mission.
Oop. Oh, I don't have enough there.
I'd love to have a little fun.
Do I have to click these to unlock them?
No, I think it's just alerting you that it's there. It's new how they approach the global stuff, which I think is why it's like informing you.
Okay.
And you can even equip the purple guys if you have gear, if you still have leftover gear.
Wow, I guess I do. Okay, now I'm guessing I don't. Oh no, I guess I still do.
Yeah, so when you click into a character and you click gear.
Yeah.
If you see the arrows underneath their gear, but right above their stats, you can just cycle through. But I think you're good at that point. Everybody's been equipped that has something. So now go and look, and you may have just hit another one to where you may have more shards. Maybe not then. It's probably close, but
yeah, it is close.
Yeah. So again, the more you do of those events or whatever, you'll be able to get more gear, and then you can just equip people. And but yeah, you still got a couple Meta Brawl stuff if you want to do that.
Oh, this is currently in. Yeah, because now how are we doing? Are we at 20 for my whole party? Okay, look, we gotta get 3 levels.
Just arrow.
We'll do one more. Born old.
Yeah.
Story mission.
It's also giving you gear, so.
Right.
It's improving multiple ways.
Cool. Yeah, I can see me dicking around with this on my phone quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. It's like I was telling you before, I think it's a pretty well done game. The devs are very involved and they're always rolling new stuff out. They're very quick to respond to the community. So if the community doesn't like something, they listen, which is nice. So
This is Intel.
Oh, here we go. So overall, I think it's pretty good. But it is one of those things where, like, just with any gacha, there's days where it's a little boring at times, where you've done your things and you're waiting for a few hours to do the next thing.
Right. And I'm sure sometimes it can start feeling like a chore as well.
Yeah, I definitely would say it feels more of that towards the beginning than the end, just because, like you're saying, there's just so much to do.
Right.
But then towards the end, like, I log in like 4 times a day. And when I log in for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Unless I'm doing one of the events, right? Like the raids last 30 minutes. You don't have, again, they just started doing all this automation of stuff where you can just say, here's some teams and do it for me. But prior to that, like you were doing that, the old Guardian battles where it's league versus league used to be over an hour long. They shortened all those. But those, to me, those are a lot of fun, especially if you have people that are very involved in your league. It's just a unique kind of battle system, but
so who's
depends on your league.
Do you know any of the names involved with this game, like publisher or dev team wise? I mean, you've mentioned that the devs are vocal, but
yeah, let me look.
Like, is NetEase and got their fingers in this pie?
It's not NetEase on this one. It's how come I can't remember?
I feel revived. I never met.
All right, now I'm just gonna have to look it up. But it's not them. It's not Netmarble. It's one that I don't feel like I've heard of, but I know they have a lot of other games. Fun Plus is the developer and publisher.
I don't think I've ever heard of Fun Plus. Company out of Sweden. Interesting.
Yeah. So they have State of Survival, Guns of Glory, Sea of Conquest, Pirate War, Z-Day. It's another one. State of Survival, Zombie War.
Hand me my bow. Straight shot.
Royal Story. They really just do a lot of these kind of gacha mobile games.
Born and molded for this.
But the fact that they're the publisher and developer is also a decent sign.
Oh, they're self-publishing? Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. So they're not being controlled by anybody. Yeah, so this is one of the gacha ones, right? You get your 2 free and then they want you to buy.
For $1.05.
This is one of those, like, same thing. If you're a person that's like on the fence of spending or whatever, this is actually one of the better values in general. Just because, like, an anvil usually equates to be like $1 per anvil. That's the generic baseline, right? And of course, a lot of these bundles can make it cheaper, but when you get to like the $100 bundle for 100 anvils, that's kind of your worst case scenario baseline, $1 to $1. And you'll see a lot of these are like 5 or 6 for $1. So it's definitely value within that, but depends on like how much people are wanting to spend on a game. And when it comes to these gacha games, there's people that spend hundreds of dollars a month. So, you know, they'll definitely do that. All right, so you see how your room, real quick, you see how I had that yellow thing, the hands? Click that.
Yeah.
That now allows people to help you.
Oh. Ah.
And so that's speeding up. Now you're down to a minute.
They did rather quick.
Just by clicking the button.
Okay, very nice.
Also, your Catwoman thing is completed.
Oh.
So there's a Catwoman.
That should bring my
Now you have a new mission.
call it up. Level up 5 champions to 25. Upgrade room to 8.
Yeah, so now your Nexus is completed, so you can complete that and then start your next war room.
I'd love to have a little fun. That was a good time. That was a good time.
And then also click into your Nexus.
What's my Nexus?
That one. So click on it again.
Training.
Go
Nexus,
to.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you don't have.
point someone. I don't have what?
Did it? Level syncs grayed out. Okay, so maybe it's when you get to level 8. That's where 6. You can. Okay. That's where you can start to make sure everybody has all the levels and you can switch between people.
Right, the next thing that needed to go up was the drones to 5. Whoop.
If you hit that help button.
Jim Gordon, no. I wanted to hit the help button. No, stop talking to me.
He's telling you about your league. You like? Oh, there you go.
Just wasn't. I felt like I couldn't do it. Felt like it was fighting me. Okay. And help. There we go. Hey, can I help myself?
No.
No.
Down to 15 seconds, though. There's your armory. Once we get there. So you got another living quarter. I think at the top left, your power place is done. Oh, it's just opening it.
Another power plant, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What did it say it is? Yeah, another power plant.
All right, your drones are done, so you can do that again.
We can appoint. Whoa, I got hella help on that one.
You at least have very active league members, which is a good thing.
Maybe the R4, R5s are a little sus. What is this?
All right, so that is your
assault.
Yeah. So you can join somebody's or you can initiate your own and you get rewards. Like when you fly out to do those. So and there's a daily mission where I think you need to do two.
Does it matter about joining someone who's like way higher level than you?
No, but like that one that was like 50, level 50 or whatever, your characters aren't going to be high enough to join it. Your total team power has to be a certain level based on the level of that.
Did we get this high enough?
Yeah. Oh. And that one doesn't get a help button, but that one does not count against your worker. So you can still have your worker doing something else.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Whether you do your power plant or your drone or whatever, you could have them going.
All right, I'm gonna do the Nexus again because it gets me auto sync.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see about doing one of these. It's literally the quest that's it's yelling at me to do.
Yep. As you said, join.
Do this. Ding, 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 ding. Beautiful.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what you send as long as you meet the criteria and your sync just finished.
Did it?
Yeah, they're off and about.
Okay.
Or they already came back. Now you can claim your reward.
Details of my previous battles in the mail. Report. We won.
Victory.
All right, cool. Survey for rewards? I've got to do work? No.
If you want to, you don't have to.
I probably will later. Doesn't look that good. Green and blue.
It's cubes, yeah. It's basic. All right, so level sync is now open, and that ship returns, so you can grab the rewards on it on the right.
Here?
Yeah. It wants you to click in there for your vehicles.
I can't. Why'd you tell me to look at this? Look at this thing
It's
you
like-
can't buy.
It's like you want to go spend money so you can unlock this ship.
All right. There are 3 available. 15. Okay.
You can try to join more. It may let you join
5 guys.
Oh yeah. All right, go back to your level sync real quick. Now that you have that open.
Is that just in the fitness center?
The training nexus.
Level sync.
So now you can click the green arrow and grab your 3 mythics or your 3 legendaries.
Transportation will automatically match the sync level, which is determined by the lowest level amongst the top 5 champions.
Yep. So you see how they're all 20. So now if you go grab your Catwoman, your Killer Croc.
Got you.
And now, and if you wanted to, like maybe you got another character, you can remove one of those and put the other one in there.
Right.
But the higher this goes, you'll open more slots.
Got you. Okay. Perfect. And that should.
And there's no difference between getting your level that way or getting it a different way.
Nice. Okay, another 20,000. We'll unlock some more there.
Yeah, see if your Red Hood can star up.
Oops. Wrong. Shut up.
You're close.
What was I trying to do? Before it took over my mouse and forced me to do stuff. I was clearing out these.
Yeah, and then your dailies.
Nice. More rewards. Okay.
And then see if your Red Hood can star up. There you go.
Most definitely can.
Dead or alive, you bamboozled them.
Got him bamboozled. Okay. Nice. Where do I see my notes right there?
So that's your total power.
Right.
And then your team power, if you go to Meta Brawl, it's going to show you your top team's power. So you're at 28 now. So like, as you can see, that 11, that plus 11 is 11,000. So you can either try to get 1 extra medal or you can get the easy 11 medals. You know what I mean? Just kind of comes down to how you want to do it.
I mean, I should still beat them too. I've got more power than them.
Should. Sometimes it comes down to, again, how their team's built, powers.
Right.
Yeah,
It's not an absolute numbers game necessarily, and there's probably RNG variants as well.
Yeah. And there's like, again, having the tags, like I showed you, your team doesn't really have any tag bonuses.
Right.
But tag bonus can make a big difference. Plus, just synergy and how the characters work with each other can make a big difference. It looks like they've got a pretty good Red Hood in general. Because his is just kind of sitting in the middle of all your guys. But I think you got it.
Yeah.
There's also a timer, so you do have to kill him before the timer finishes.
Boom. 12.
Yeah, so now you're at 272. So like this one, I'd probably go with that plus 12. Or maybe the plus 14.
So why is he plus 14? This one's plus 12. Oh, because their rank on the ladder.
Their rank, yeah.
Ha 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 ha. But this makes me feel like he's got good synergies.
He may.
Yo, thank you, The Havoc. You have a great night as well, bud. Sleep well. Thank you for hanging out in TV land as we
he learns this
in the
game.
DC universe. Yeah. I don't know. Part of me feels like not having it on auto and timing my button presses for when the people do their stuff, when my heroes do their stuff, might be a real game changer. But then I'm also like, maybe it makes no difference because you just want to be able to be using their abilities as often as possible anyway, so it goes off cooldown.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like, there's definitely some manual stuff that can help based on the way you build your team and everything. But I think it's like the percentage it gives you is so small, I don't think it matters.
And so what's your typical strategy for picking your opponent?
So I'm pretty high up. For a while there, which you'll run into it at some point. Once Joker comes up, Joker is a really good team. Once Scarecrow and Joker's together. So sometimes you can look at their icons, their character icons. If they're using like a Joker icon, it means probably 9 times out of 10 their team's going to be based around a Joker. And so if you know your team's not good against Joker, you don't pick them. I mean, I definitely don't try to punch up. Like in this case, you've got Deathstroke over there. The only concern I would have is like somehow he has Deathstroke already, which is so weird to me because like you're on Superman banner, so maybe the way they're doing new players on the server is like some of the people on the server are just further in their banner, and now banners are attached to the person rather than the server.
Let's find out. Yeah, they got like the Penguin.
That's all mythics, so you're definitely gonna lose this.
I am owned. And level 38s as well.
I'm surprised his team power so low compared to yours.
What's Booster Gold like?
Booster Gold's not in the game.
Oh, how could they not have Booster Gold in the game?
Booster Gold's not here. Blue Beetle's not in yet. There's a lot of characters not in the game yet.
Yeah, wait a second. Am I about to win this though?
I'm thinking Bane plus Mara is really giving you guys.
Come on, Bane.
chance
Stay alive.
here.
Stay alive, Bane.
All right, just dodge the penguin. You got it.
Wow.
That's pretty crazy because those are all mythic level characters, and they all had their 5 stars, which is they would have got off daily deals. Like
They were also level 38 while I was level 20. Like I don't even have my the ability to go to 20 yet. Or past 20.
That's what happens, man. You gotta better. They didn't have a healer on their team. Sometimes team composition beats all.
Makes a difference, yeah. Nice. Okay, cool. That
Now
felt
you're at
good.
76. So every day you can climb a little bit. Somebody will attack you. You'll go down a little bit. But go back in there one more second, and I'll show you one other thing. So at the top left, you see where the green arrow is.
Yeah.
If you click that, that means as of now, when you end the season, you're gonna move up. So you can see where the cutoff is, and you can see where you are. And as long as you meet that criteria, at the end of the week, you'll move up to the next bracket, and there's better rewards and all that kind of stuff.
I see. Okay, very cool. Very cool.
Yep.
All right, and then I guess like, what's the deal with this shop? I don't know if I understand this shop. Just save my stuff as much as I can for a while.
So Meta Brawl, you don't want to get the gear because you're just gonna naturally get better gear. My opinion is Wonder Woman is where, because you're free to play, you just need to be spending it on the Wonder Woman tokens. And eventually, once you get a fully maxed out Wonder Woman, your Wonder Woman can move to be a mythic. And then there'll be mythic shards in here after that point happens. So,
and then I guess once I get to certain groups, I start unlocking new shards in here.
Yeah, and it's always Bane and Raven plus Wonder Woman. Those are the ones that are always inside of Meta Brawl.
Okay.
And so I would say like Wonder Woman is just a great character. Like I still use Wonder Woman, and I have like top tier teams. So Wonder Woman's fine to invest in there for those shards. And each of those shop categories really has like a best of what to spend on. So. And Umbral Rift happens like every other day. And you can get like ship parts and stuff like that from doing it. If you have a ship, you can initiate, and this is one of your dailies. You need to do 2 of them, and you can do up to 5 of them a day.
And rally times, how long I wait for people to join?
Yeah. And then it just does its thing and comes back and gives you rewards. It's the ones like you were joining earlier.
Right.
So you can do 5 of those a day to get rewards. And you can initiate, depending on how many jets you have, which you only have 1, you can only initiate 1. But if you had a second jet, you could do 2. But if you initiate 2, they have to be 2 different bosses that you're initiating on.
Got you.
Yeah, so you just kind of let it sit. People will join, and then you'll see that little present thing pop back up in a little bit.
Okay. Make 10 league donations. Well, they haven't kicked me out yet. So, add time.
I was to say your technology may be at a good spot now. Yeah, so now you can actually invest into something.
And do we know which one they want us to invest into?
They have not flagged it with the. Normally it'll be that thumbs up, but nobody's flagged anything yet, so you can just dump it into whatever. And you just use the dollar donations, never use the gym donations. There you go.
I did some donations. Get more chests.
And that'll do some of your daily stuff.
Saw something that said upgrade medical bay. What is medical bay used for?
I don't really think it's used, but it used to be like the stamina recovery of your characters. Maybe it's used in like some of the league-based stuff, like the league-based battles, but I don't really think it's used.
Oh. I got a mission to get it to level 4.
Yeah, eventually you'll just max out all your rooms, and that's just part of it.
Right. I figured that would end up being something at some point for sure.
Yep.
Oh no! Did I run out of money? Oh no, I just...
Done.
Alright.
What is your Catwoman event? What else did it need you to do?
Wait, how do I get to the Catwoman event? I have
It was
something
right
playing
above it.
here, though. Oh, okay. Sorry, the mic's kind of in the way there. 5 champions to 25 and War Room to 8.
Okay.
So War Room's going to 7 right now.
Yeah.
What am I missing here?
Which-
I'm missing a War Room.
Yeah,
Go
so
to
War Room
25.
7 will give you the next unlock.
Yeah, crossbar Joker. Let's go.
All right, so scroll up on this rewards. So because you've already got the crossbar Joker, you got that, which is a AC/DC shard. Maybe you have Force unlocked now. I doubt you do, or it would have taken you through it. But those are used to upgrade your skill trees on your characters. But you'll get a lot up front, and then you don't really get a bunch
later on.
late game. So you need to like really focus on just like 5 characters with their talent trees.
You make the dean's list.
Hey, Adam.
More Harley shards.
I'll take it.
You may have Black Adam to unlock now. No, it's just Adam. Wonder Woman can star up too.
Let me make some quick calculation. Oh, science makes everything better.
I will gladly accept this task.
I
Me
like
too?
this look.
Oh, nice.
Let me make some quick calculations.
Okay.
All right, well, I got to call it a night. It's 11:40 here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tired.
I was thinking about the same thing. It's getting close to midnight.
Yeah.
It's definitely. We'll see. It's given. Honestly, I think I had a little bit like I don't know. It's weird. I liked the base building in Star Trek a lot more, but I like the actual battles and the meta brawl, which I guess I'm just out of meta brawls now, right? Like.
Yeah, so at 1 o'clock this morning, it'll refresh for another 5. Technically, if you wanted to, which I would not recommend, in the store, you can buy more tickets. Yeah. Again, if you were like a spender or whatever, I'd be like, sure, go ahead, but you're not, so I wouldn't waste gems on that. Yeah, and then what we can do, like, again, we can chat and you can more on stream as you go, but as you unlock the other modes, like the CC is really fun and the Darkest Timeline is really fun. So and those are fun for like on stream as well. So maybe next stream you'll have some of that unlocked and we can hop back on and check those out with you.
Yeah, some of those modes definitely feel. It kind of reminded me, I don't know, kind of some of the one-player modes in Hearthstone or something, where it was just, yeah, this is just a good, fun little kind of challenging time.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for hanging out, bud. It was fun. I think I'm definitely going to be playing this game. Oops, I just made the chair go down.
Yeah.
I think I'm definitely gonna give it a run and see how the free-to-play experience is, and
yeah,
if it holds bar and it holds water, then maybe I just continue to play it.
Yeah, I would say like for this style of game, especially because you're not coming from a lot of gotchas, I would say, give it a week or two, see how you're feeling about it. At that point, after 2 or 3 weeks, you should have all the modes unlocked, a couple more characters, and different things like that. So, yeah, but I mean, we always chat, so we'll be talking as you get these other modes and these different things going for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Dan. All right, appreciate you. Have a good night. And I think I'm probably going to be ending stream here in a little bit too.
Sounds good, man. Talk to you later.
All right. See you, bud.
See you.
Yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna finish this little one-player. Oops, I already pressed the button. I'm gonna finish this little one-player mission up real quick, and then put my account details in so I can save it and then log in on my phone. Let's go back to while I'm playing it. Go ahead and finish this up. There's another thing, like, Dahavic's playing it, right? Dan's playing it, but we're not on the same servers. I don't know, it just kind of, that part of this game kind of weirds me out. The whole, like, very isolated, separate server stuff. Turn this on so when you see Deadshot's animation. Just broke a robot's back. Just to be clear here, that robot's back got broke.
I am the Queen of Atlantis.
Okay, we did not see Deadshot's animation. I hacked the password. Let's go. Oh, there's a puzzle up here we can play too. Citizen. Maybe those citizens have names like John and Henry and Susan. Alex, bud, you're so terribly kind and sweet. I am literally about to go to bed. Hey guys, welcome in. I'm GC Jesse, Geese James, however you want to pronounce it. And this is TV Land. This is TV Land. I play a little bit of Marvel Snap. That's how me and Alex met. And tonight I was trying out this new to me. I think it's been out for a while. DC Dark Legends. Seems like it's kind of like an idle battler slash passive PvP or async PvP slash base builder slash very gacha mobile game. I've been playing it now for what, like 3 hours, and it's interesting. Like, it's nice to see the DC stuff. I will show you guys some cool stuff about the game that I really like. Alex, I hope you had a wonderful stream. Guys, if you came in with the Alex rating, you're not following Alex, I don't know what you're doing. I made it real easy for you. All you gotta do is click the heart button up at the top of the chat. We're going through a little bit of the one-player stuff right now. Just because that's how you get resources to unlock, you know, upgrade your base. And be able to upgrade your base so that you can get new heroes and upgrade your heroes to higher levels so that you can win more battles. And I was trying to get that done just real quick, last little mission here before heading off to bed. But I'll show you guys some of the things I really think are cool about this game. As you can see, there's like some storyline stuff going on with the one-player mode. I don't know. It feels a little bit like glue to just put stuff together. Not necessarily very intriguing. I haven't paid that much attention to it, but I do like the animations in this game. And I think they look so much better on your phone.
No conscience.
Right? They look so incredibly great on your phone. Playing it on the PC, it does have a PC client, but it plays in portrait mode all the time on PC, which it's kind of a shame. And seeing it on the big 1080p, it's like, okay, yeah, this is, you know, cell shading stuff, but I still like the animations, but they just look way better on an actual phone, just because of the small form factor and the tighter pixel density. And you see here, I've turned the animations back on a little bit. When they do their special moves, they go through. You can actually click the buttons to do the special moves when the cooldown comes all the way off, or you can just have it auto battle for you, right? And just automatically use the move the moment it's available, which is kind of what I've done here. And obviously, you know, it's all about team compositions. That's kind of what we've learned. You know, there are tank characters, there are high damage characters, and healer characters. We're running 2 tanks, 2 damage, and 1 healer, and it's pretty much just running us through pretty well. You can aim the ults too. Yo, wait, you can aim the ults? That's interesting, Neon Thief. Very interesting. I did not know that. Because I've always felt like there's a couple of those missions or whatever, like they're hard or whatnot, and I tried one of them and I just got swamped, right? And it was because I think it's because I was auto battling. Knowing that you can actually aim the ults too manually, like, really intrigues me on thinking of like being able to maximize with manual movements and getting them through.
True.
Hold and drag. Nice. Played it for a few months. I want to see how it goes. Again, I want to be free to play. I used to whale in Marvel Snap. Now I'm free to play in Marvel Snap. I'm not spending a dime on this. I'm not spending money on a real gacha game. I just can't bring myself to do it personally. But here, this is one of my favorite things about this game. Before we find someone else out to raid out to, guys. Alex, again, thank you so much for coming. You were free to play on this too. Nice. Okay, are you still playing it? because you said you've played. Are you still playing it? No knocks at anybody who doesn't play a game free to play. Like I willed in Marvel Snap. I think it's completely okay to spend in a game that you enjoy playing. I've come to a realization I cannot spend this kind of money on mobile games. This is definitely one of the more greedy gachas. I feel like gachas just in general, right, are by definition greedy. All right, so this is one of my favorite things about this game so far. You still play it? Nice. I think I've enjoyed it tonight. I've enjoyed playing it tonight. I'm definitely gonna be playing it on my phone. There's like other modes. Default Dan was telling me about it. There's other modes. One of them sounds kind of roguelite to me, where you're kind of like finding the characters during the mission and building your team ad hoc. That sounds super fun, and I think that would be a good stream experience too. Maybe, I don't know. I'm definitely interested in playing this game. I don't know yet if I'm gonna make it for the long haul or if we're just here for a short time, but I like this. I like this a lot. Character bios, lore. Character bios and lore, but not just that.
Oh, goodness gracious.
They give you access to like the voice lines and the sound effects. This is such a small touch that makes such a big difference in my opinion. I love it. New Marvel Mythic Mayhem. Alex was playing it. I was thinking about trying that. I already kind of came in today thinking about playing this because I didn't realize that Marvel Mythic, is it Mythic or Mystic? I'm not 100% sure, but I had heard about it like a couple weeks ago. I didn't know it was coming out today, and then I realized, oh hey, it is coming out today. So, but I already made plans to play this game. It's kind of the punchline to all that. But I am interested in playing it, and I'm thinking I might find some time to play it, guys, thank you so much for swinging by. We're gonna find somebody to raid. Don't go anywhere. We're not gonna let this raid party end. Again, Alex is amazing. I got to meet Alex in New York City. Top notch dude. Freaking love him. Thank you guys so much for coming by. We play some Marvel Snap. We play some old school Super Nintendo sometimes. I just got the Switch too. I'll be playing some Mario Kart. And we try out new games every now and then. New mobile games, new other weather games. I've only missed Infinite once, by the way. I did miss Infinite last month in Marvel Snap. And I'm very happy to say it's because I was a little busy. Yeah, your boy got married. And it's been fucking phenomenal. Guys, I don't know if you've been around at the end of one of my streams before. If you have, you've probably heard this before. Maybe once, maybe twice, maybe a billion times. But DC Dark League, that's the name of it, right? DC Dark League is a shit ton of fun, but it's more fun when I get to play it live on twitch.tv with you, chat. And don't go anywhere because your name's gonna show up the credits, whether you were rating like the amazing Alex or chatting, following, subscribing. Your name's gonna show up in the credits because this is just as much your show as it is mine. Guys, it has been great hanging out with viewers like you. Good night, TV Land.